you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumb ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I heard you got a new man, I see you taking the pic. Then you post it up, thinking that it's making me sick. I see you calling, I be making it quick. I'ma answer that shit like I don't fuck with you. Bitch, I got no feelings to go. I swear I had it up to here, I got no ceilings to go. I mean for real, fuck how you feel. Fuck your 2 cents if it ain't going towards the bill. Yeah, and every day I wake up celebrating shit. Why? Cause I just dodged the bullet from a crazy bitch. I stuck to my guns, that's what made me rich. That's what put me on, that's what got me here. That's what made me this. And everything that I do is my first name. These hoes chase bread, aw damn, she got a bird brain. Ain't nothing but trilling me, aw man, silly me. I just bought a crib, 3 stories, that bitch a trilogy. And you know I'm rolling weed, just fucking up the ozone. I got a bitch that texts me, she ain't got no clothes on. And then another one text me, yo ass next. And I'ma text your ass back like I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumb ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do.
Got a million things on my mind, executive deals online, limited amount of time, chasing these dollar signs, and you ain't on your grind. You liable to find me up in the MGM casino in the deep. Fucking off Eddie, I could've put on property. From the bay to the murder written, my niggas put murder mission. She choosing, that's her decision. Free my niggas in prison. On the phone with a bitch who can't do shit for a pimp, but make a nigga hella rich. Got a blunt in my dental, blowing hemp in a rental. On my way to Sacramento, late night, Arsenio. I'm never sentimental, go hard or go homeless. Really, hardly I'm chromeless. You might end up domeless. I bet you she into me. Her cheddar she giving me. I make a bitch stand outside forever like the Statue of Liberty. Rest in Pimp C, underground king of the South. I raise my styrofoam up and put some drink in my mouth. Why you always coming around with bad news? Say you want me to win, but hope I lose. Ass never rock with other niggas in the crew. But them niggas cool. It's just that.
Bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumb ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I got a new chick that I gotta thank God for. I got a new whip that I gotta thank the lot for. Yeah, I got a lot, but want a lot more. Yeah, we in the building, but I'm trying to take it to the top floor. I swear I hear some new bullshit every day I'm waking up. It seems like nowadays everybody breaking up. That shit could break it down if you lose a good girl. I guess you need a bad bitch to come around and make it up. I guess drama makes for the best content. Everything got a bad side, even the conscience. Now you're drinking till you're unconscious. Feel me when you get a fine bitches. Don't forget to read the fine print. Life got me meditating like I'm in the Himalayas. Keep a G with the L on me like the elevator. Yeah, I know that karma too real, so I hope you're doing cool. But still, stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I ain't fucking with. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you.
Hey, it does need to be on a t-shirt, right? I agree. So, how you guys doing today? Welcome. You right? You feel a little gangster listening to that. I hear you. So, what's up? Wish they had a West Side emoji. Hey, main girl, I thought about you too this weekend. All right. What's up, Morph? So let me say hi to everyone. What's up, Captain Napton? Mama Mia, Andrea, Betty, Amanda, Maxie Lolly. Maxie Lolly, did you change your name? Lisa, Yarn, Scout, White Lotus, Tiffany, TX Tiffany. Hold on. Lead with Love, Tinker, Adrian, Pradas Inen, Mama Mia and her son, Bonnie, Daniela, Stop Traffic, woo woo, Rock Jam, Who Knows, Bonnie, Amanda, Colleen, Grandma of Twins, Cindy, Stacy Lady Christ Warrior. Stacy Lady, I want you to know, just so you know, Dayton did a prayer this weekend, and Dayton decided that God is going to help him. I said, honey, I will support you whatever path you choose to go down. I was going to have even Tyler talk to him when he's ready. So I think Dayton is turning to God, and that's okay. I want him to find his own path and find his own way. Is there a smoke bomb candle we could send their way? Unfortunately, no. I could probably make one, but no. What's up, Diane? That's it. VZ, that's a good thing. Leilani, Lisa, Yarn. Who did I forget? All right, now this is going too fast. Well, Monica, if I've told all my kids, hey, Christine, choose your path. Don't worry about what I like. Don't worry about, what I believe in. I want you guys to find your own path, find your own way. And I think he really wants to turn to God. Okay, not a problem. I will support you. I'll drop you off at church. I'm not going to sit there in church with you or anything, but I'll support you. No, I'm just kidding. If he wanted me to sit with him, I'd sit with him. I might melt, they might melt away, but so yeah. But I'm going to have Tyler talk to him because he's so young. Absolutely, Amanda. I told Sage the same thing. Phoenix is more like me. Phoenix don't believe in it, but Sage kind of does. Dayton definitely does, and Dayton prays every night. And okay, like he even told me that one of Brad's sons gave him a prayer that Brad taught him when he was young. I was like, really? I never knew Brad to pray, but okay. Hey, whatever works, Yeah, I will support them regardless. Whether as long as it's not someone that's not going to hurt them, and it's not going to hurt them. So whatever helps them. Absolutely, Christine, you have to. Exactly, Captain. I used to tell my dad that. I used to be like, oh, Yarn, honestly, I haven't even checked PayPal. I'm going to check it right now. Because I'm so rich, I don't need to check PayPal. No. I'm checking it right now. Woo. Oh, wow, Yarn, thank you so much. And also thank you, Steph. Yeah, Stephanie. Thank you. I got to weed between which are orders and which are PayPal. Yarn, that was really nice of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me transfer this. All right. Much, much appreciated, Yarn, and much needed. And thank you, Stephanie K. Hey, Rhonda. All right. Absolutely, Stacy. That's how I've always felt. I would never, I would always teach my kids the way I was taught, and that's choose your own path. Find your own path. Make sure that your path is yours and not someone else's or what somebody, taught you to be. You can get a PayPal. No, I have a PayPal debit card. I just forget. Okay. Couple things I want to say before we get into today. Let me tell you guys about the weekend, since your main girl's in here. Do I have the right your main girl? Because I think your name was together. Maybe I have the wrong your main girl. Are you the old your main girl? Not old in age. Or do I have a different main girl? Either way, let me tell you guys a little bit about the weekend. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Anybody that has lost a child, lost a parent, lost a spouse, get a hold of me. I would highly recommend this group. They're all over the place, mainly on the East Coast. I keep telling them they got to get over here. But they do all sorts of activities, all sorts of learning. Like Dayton went in there saying, I'm not ever doing this. Like, this is going to be horrible. This is going to suck. I can't believe you dragged me all the way to West Virginia for this. By the end of it, he loved it. Absolutely loved it. He wants to go back to be a junior counselor. And I told him, I said, you can also be a counselor like locally. And he was like, no, he's like, I like this group. I like everything they stand for. And it really, like, when I left, I felt a load released from me. I really, truly did. I felt like I just felt better about myself. I felt better about how I was feeling. And it's kind of like, for anyone that's ever been to an AA meeting, it's kind of like a weekend long AA meeting, but about grief, if that makes sense. I don't know, like, they don't push God on you or anything, but that's really what it's like. It's like a weekend long AA meeting type setting with different stuff. Hey, Buttercup, with different stuff that they teach you to do, different stuff that they help you with, help you like believe in yourself, you know, that grief is okay and crying is okay and it's okay to feel. They're just phenomenal. It is really a lot of positivity and a lot of working through your feelings, working through, you know, that other people, especially for the kids. And a lot of the camps don't have the parent aspect of it. Only certain ones have the parent aspect of it. The other ones are just for the kids. And, you know, like, they show you that you're not alone. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be upset. It's, you know, how are you going to do better in your life? Like, they gave me, at the end of it, like, I'll show you guys. Hold on. Like, they gave Dayton a book called You're Not Alone. They gave you, Amanda, thank you. He wasn't really a spouse. He was more my ex, but he was Dayton's parent. He was Dayton's father. They give, like, at the end, you pick like different bracelets that resonate with you. So I picked one that said, discipline, be brave, be strong, be badass, because that's like so me. And then the other one I picked was success. And I wear them all the time. I haven't taken them off. Dayton has his own. And they give you books to work through and different stuff that you do. And it's just, I can't say it enough. I mean, it was phenomenal. And even with Dayton, you know, they talked about, you know, death and it, you know, how it's really hard for kids to lose their dad. And a lot of kids there, hey, K-Rocks, a lot of kids, almost all the kids there were there because they lost their father. And it was weird how, I guess, single dads don't take them there when they lose a mom, but all the moms are there because they lost a dad. And it was just, you know, it was just really good. Some of the people that I met lost a child. One of them contacted me today. Like, we're all keeping in touch. I hope Dayton keeps in touch with, his group, and I cannot say enough things about it. And like I said last night in my video, just what a great network they are. They literally, at the end of it all, because we came so far, the guy gave me $50, like the owner of the camp or whatever, gave me $50 in a gift card for like gas or food. Like, he didn't have to do that at all. And he did. And they gave you a whole bunch of t-shirts, and he's like, get the shirts in Alabama. And it's funded through grants and stuff. Everything is free. And it is just phenomenal. Like, I can't say it enough. So if anybody has any kids 7 to 17 going through any type of grieving, or you personally are going through grieving, contact me. I'll give you the name of the group. And I'm telling you guys, they are phenomenal. And I hope Dayton continues with it. They really are an awesome group, like awesome. And I even told the girl, like at the end of the weekend, we all had, because a lot of the people that work there are volunteers. And the girl at the end who was in charge of the parent group, you can email me at perplexqt@gmail.com. And the girl at the end had cupcakes that each one of us lit, and it was 12 cupcakes. So there were 12 parents, and each one of us, what it's represented was for that one birthday that somebody missed, or that one birthday that you never got to say goodbye, or if your ex was killed suddenly, or your husband or whoever. So I told her, I said, look, I know you're a volunteer, and you gave us like so much, like she gave us blankets and tumblers and all stuff that she paid for. So, I mean, she really went out of her way. And I told her, I said, Michelle, I want to help. Like, Dayton had such an awesome time. I had an awesome time. I was like, instead of doing cupcakes that sit in your car for a couple of days, I said, why don't I make you candle cupcakes? I was like, I can't make like 100 of them, but if you need like 20 of them, I can totally do that. Hey, True Texan, I said, and then, people can go home with a candle. And she was like, oh my God, you would do that? I said, absolutely. Hands down. I said, you laid out a lot of money. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. And she said, yeah, we'll put your business cards in. I said, even so, I was like, I totally want to be a part of it. They are an amazing group. And there's one coming up in Florida, in Orlando, I think, Tampa. Their big ones are in Jersey, New York. So it really is a fantastic, fantastic group. So candle cupcakes, that's what I thought. Because she was like, you guys don't have to eat the cupcakes, but we have to light them. And there's so much food. And I thought the food was good. Dayton said it's school food. I thought it was good. So, but yeah, it was an absolutely positive experience. I told her Dayton will go again in April. There is some in California, Diane. I have to look into it. Not all of them have parent aspects to it. Only a couple of them. North Carolina is a big one. That's another big one they do. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited for Dayton, and hopefully it helps. So, and I have tons of video to show you guys. I haven't checked Twitter. I haven't checked anything in like a week. So, my bad. You were asking who was in California. No, I didn't ask who was in California. If you're in Jersey, Danielle, they have tons in Jersey. I'm not sure where, but they have tons in Jersey. They have hold on, let me show you. All right. Okay. North Carolina, Virginia, Big Bear, California. Those are the upcoming ones. Big Bear, California is November 11th to the 13th. They're in. Thank you, Christine. Hold on, let me get the song. Whoop. Hold on.
I think we got a super chat.
All right.
I think we got a super chat.
That one was for True Texan, and now to Christine.
I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Make the haters mad. Super chat. Okay. Volunteer training in Virginia. Occidental, California is another one. Wading River, New York. Salt Lake City, Utah. Wanship, Utah. North Carolina. Hardwick Township, New Jersey. Massachusetts in Waltham. Richmond, Virginia. North Carolina. Virginia, South Natick, Massachusetts. Sandwich, Massachusetts. Greensboro, North Carolina. Manhattan. Hardwick Township, New Jersey. Cowan, West Virginia. No Chicago, unfortunately. That's all I can find at the moment. And the only reason I'm not giving the name is because I don't trust the haters to fuck up my son. So that's why I'm not giving the name. I mean, I don't think they would, but you never know. No, I was giving the cities that it's in. Love you too, Jamie. So yeah, I just don't trust the haters because they're assholes and always will be. So there's that. But yeah, if you want to email me and I will give you all the info. It looks like they also have, also, just so you guys know, they do have specific camps just for suicide. So if you lost someone due to suicide, they have specific camps just for that, just for suicide. So yeah, and they said they're starting to put together ones for COVID, but they do have one specifically for suicide. No emails from haters. I know. I'm just saying. I can't trust these assholes. But yeah, so if you need help, your kid needs help. It's really for kids, but like I said, some of them have a parent background. I haven't even listened to a True Texan. But yeah, they're just a phenomenal group. And if you have a child 7 to 17, highly recommend it. You can't go wrong, honestly. All right. With that, let's move on. I just want to tell you guys, but I'm going to put together a whole video of the weekend, the trip. It was absolutely stunning driving down. I'll tell you that much. If you ever have to drive to West Virginia, definitely do it in October, because the trees driving down are like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is just so amazing. Absolutely amazing. And just all the trees on the mountains were all these different colors. It was just absolutely breathtaking. So I got tons of video. I'm going to put together a whole video and show you guys, and it'll all come together. But then again, on the video, you guys will see the name of the place, but oh well, what can you do? So, all right, let's move on. Now that we got all that stuff out of the way, like I said, anybody wants to come see it, anybody wants to find out any more information, let me know. You're welcome, Jamie. All right, let's move on to Quinton. Is there anybody here who has not watched the video? That's what I want to know. Has anyone not seen the video of Quinton and his mom? I mean, of Quinton's mom and a grandmother. Because I watched it and I was shocked that people didn't pick up on this, and that mainstream media didn't pick up on this. I was truly shocked. Oh, you haven't seen it? All right. I'm going to stream it from Queen Bee so I don't get hit with anything. So Queen Bee, I'm stealing your footage. Hold on. Because I don't want to run it from the news station. Korean, there you are. All right. Right, live update? I agree. I totally agree. All right.
Thanks so much for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Dawn Baker. In a WTOC exclusive, Leilani Simon, the mother of missing Chatham County toddler Quinton Simon, is speaking out tonight for the very first time since he was reported missing nearly 3 weeks ago. Chatham County Police and the FBI.
You guys can hear, right? You guys can hear it good? Yes? Oui, Sherry? I'm going to take it as a yes and nobody's answering. All right. Now, one thing also, I don't hear many people saying this, but this needs to be said. People kind of are assuming that they're looking for a whole baby, that they're going to find this baby intact, this whole baby crying in the middle of a landfill. No. They're looking not only for possible body parts, but they're looking for a 20-month-old baby that has already been, what's the word I'm looking for? Has already decomposed. So they're looking for baby's bones in no bone. They're looking for bone fragments, or not looking for bone fragments. Either way, when a body decomposes, it could separate. So they're not, I think people have it in their head. They're looking for this whole baby. They're not. They're looking for bones of a little baby, which could take forever and a day. if he was wearing clothes, Kara, we don't know if he was even wearing clothes. We don't know if she got him undressed. You know, I said something in Queen Bee's today that, you know, I think people underestimate. Addicts are fucking smart. People underestimate addicts thinking they're addicts. Trust me, addicts can survive. Addicts know how to lie. Addicts know how to deceive. Addicts know how to get what they want, and they know how to hide shit. I would have a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? I would have a lot more, not faith. I would have a lot more, yeah, I guess I would have a lot more faith that someone that's not an addict would get caught faster than an addict, if that makes sense. Like, this is a girl who's in active addiction. She knows what she's doing. She probably, I don't know. I have a hard time believing the baby's even there, simply because what is the proof? The husband or boyfriend could have easily taken that baby out of town, and that's where he went. And this is all a ruse, I guess, to believe that the baby's there, and it's not. Manipulation is a lifestyle. Perfect. Exactly. I couldn't think of the right words, but you're exactly right. Yeah, we don't know he's there. Hey, Monica, we don't know he's there. We have no idea. But the cops are led to believe he's there. And they said today that like only 1% of people at landfills are found or something. Okay, the news should not put that out there, because the next person that kills their baby is gonna put their kid in the garbage dead, where the garbage people are not gonna know, and the baby's gonna end up at a landfill. Oh, 9%. Thank you, Nicole. 9%. That's not very good. You're the only one that has said this. How do we know and believe that the babies are in landfills? Exactly. The family has lied, everything. And I just don't think the news should put it out there, because there's enough kids that go missing, and a baby is so small. Like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Your Garbage. You know, it's not like the old days where you had two guys hanging out in the back of the truck that came down and threw the water, you know, picked up your garbage and threw it in the back of the truck. Now they have mechanical arms that lift the garbage. So they don't even see it. They don't touch it. They don't lift the garbage can, nothing. That's all done mechanically. So I'm sure there's lots of shit at landfills that people can find. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they probably have real proof the baby is dead, but I don't know. I just don't know. That a child was put in a landfill back in 2009? Oh, in the same area. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, Savannah's surrounded by water. And the truck compresses it, exactly. You're not, like, even with us, if you keep your garbage too close together, they don't take it. If you leave your garbage too close to the driveway, they don't take it. It has to be in a specific spot. It's very weird. And it makes perfect sense. So why she wouldn't just throw it in the garbage, I don't understand. But why the media is telling people these statistics are pretty stupid. That's my opinion. I just think they're dumb. Who's that?
It's me.
Who's me?
Dayton.
Who?
Is this my keyboard?
Yeah, I guess
Thank
so.
God.
Hello to you too.
Huh?
Hello to you too.
I said hi.
All right. I can't. You love him. They love you.
Yeah, I know.
He said, yeah, I know. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why they're putting it out there, but let's go ahead and watch it.
I believe Quinton is dead and are actively searching a local landfill for his remains. Police say Leilani is the only suspect in his disappearance as well as his death. And tonight we have
Okay, that's another thing. And I'll play it through without me talking afterwards, but I got to get this out. They say Leilani is the only suspect. Can someone please explain to me how she's the only suspect? Here's why. If the boyfriend is not involved, but the boyfriend said that he saw the baby at 6 a.m. and it was his phone that was used to contact the babysitter. But he swore that he saw the child at 6 a.m. How did he see the child at 6 a.m. if she took the baby between the hours of 1 a.m. and whatever? There's a very good chance that she threw out a crack pipe. She threw out drug paraphernalia, because a lot of drug addicts would drive far to throw out drug paraphernalia if they think cops are coming to the house or something. So if they're doing all of this based on that they have her in, she's the primary suspect. Well, she's definitely they didn't say that the boyfriend was. They said he was cleared, and that's why he was out. And I have a theory on that. I really think they haven't arrested her because police don't have the money or the manpower that they used to, and they're kind of just they just don't care as much anymore. They really don't. They don't question people like they used to. They don't do stuff like they used to. They used to do it. They don't anymore.
Have team coverage with our Shay Schrader and investigative reporter Max Dieknike. We begin with Shay, who joins us live outside of the Simon home. Shay, what did she talk to you about?
Leilani and I spoke about a number of things, including what she remembers from the morning she first reported Quinton missing to what life has been like as the days have gone on, still with no sign of Quinton. I talked to Leilani as well as her mother, Billy Howell, who were both just distraught over Quinton's disappearance. They say they've been harassed in the days and weeks since Quinton disappeared, but Leilani wants everybody to know that she's not running away.
I'm here. I've been here.
Okay, one, can this reporter look any more miserable? Because she just looks miserable.
Every day since this, I am not running and I'm not hiding. And if something does come up that I am at fault, I will take myself to that police station.
Chatham County police have repeated.
Okay, now let me just say, and I don't want anyone to get mad at me. I don't want anyone to chop off my head. But I made note of this a couple of months ago. Kylie's mom had no tears either. So don't base on the no tear thing, because I watched every single interview by Kylie Rodney's mom, and she did not shed one tear. And everybody had tons of sympathy. So keep that in mind when watching someone that doesn't have tears just because you think they're guilty. And if you guys remember, I made a point to say this when she didn't have tears.
Repeatedly said that though they've named Leilani the prime suspect in her son's disappearance and death, they don't believe she's a flight risk. Leilani says that she and her mother, Billy Howell, spend their days in the backyard of their home because it's too difficult to be inside with reminders of Quinton and the fact that he's gone.
Every day that goes by is less tears and more anger, not knowing what's happening.
Okay. For anyone that's a mother, or, all right, let me just say, is there anyone that has a grandmother? Billy Joe's face says it all. Billy Joe is biting her lip in a way of, keep my mouth shut. I have to keep my mouth shut. Bite your tongue. Say nothing. This is my daughter. That is what I'm getting from her.
If that's even understandable. You wake up every day.
Right there on Billy Joe's face is a look of total disgust. She is disgusted at her daughter. And one thing I noticed more than anything, Your daughter is crying because her son is missing. Why don't you touch her? Why don't you hold her? Why aren't you giving her a hug? Something. I'm going to get to that too, Toyeri, but she's not even laying a hand on her.
Angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't come.
CCPD and the FBI haven't released many details in the case and haven't said why they believe Quinton is in a landfill. Police say they're doing that to preserve any potential court cases down the line. Leilani and Billy tell me that they get their new information about the case from watching the news and that they feel all they can do now is hope.
We want something great to come out of this, but mostly we want him not to be found in that landfill. We want him found happy and alive. We want him back in our arms, holding us.
Right there, she knows what her daughter did. She can't even look at her, let alone console her. But at the same time, she can't truly grasp that this is her daughter. And she doesn't want to believe it. I'm going to get into all that too. But I get it. You know, I get why she's sticking up for her daughter. But I think in her mind, in her conscience, she can't do it. And that's what you see in the facial expressions. That's what you see with the disgust. Like, ugh.
What we want. We just hope it.
Right there, console your daughter. Don't look away. Console your daughter. And she doesn't. She just looks away. She just looks. That's my chair, by the way. She just looks away. She is holding on to hope. I totally agree, Buttercup. 100% agree.
That he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and they are hoping that, you know, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe.
And right there, Billy Joe is saying, I cannot even believe what I'm listening to. I cannot even comprehend what I'm hearing. But just bite your tongue, keep your mouth shut, and say nothing.
They thought they were his savior, but it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Chatham County police say they have no reason to believe that Quinton.
All right, now I'll rewind it and we can watch it again without me stopping.
I'm here. I've been here every day since this. I am not running and I'm not hiding. And if something does come up that I am at fault, I will take myself to that police station.
Chatham County police have repeatedly said that though they've named Leilani the prime suspect in her son's disappearance and death, they don't believe she's a flight risk. Leilani says that she and her mother, Billy Howell, spend their days in the backyard of their home because it's too difficult to be inside with reminders of Quinton and the fact that he's gone.
Every day that goes by is less tears and more anger, not knowing what's happening, if that's even understandable.
I know I said I wasn't going to stop it, but one more thing I got to say. We haven't found the child yet. If somebody put angel wings on my child who was missing and I did not know that they were dead, I would be flipping out. They're not saying anything. They're not saying anything. They're just letting it go. That's a problem. And now I'll shut up.
You wake up every day angry, hoping that you're going to get a phone call, and that phone call just doesn't come.
CCPD and the FBI haven't released many details in the case and haven't said why they believe Quinton is in a landfill. Police say they're doing that to preserve any potential court cases down the line. Leilani and Billy tell me that they get their new information about the case from watching the news and that they feel all they can do now is hope.
We want something great to come out of this, but mostly we want him not to be found in that landfill. We want him found happy and alive. We want him back in our arms, holding us. That's what we want. We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and we're hoping that, maybe they wanted a baby or couldn't have a baby. Maybe they thought they were his savior. But it's not. That's their best hopes at this point.
Chatham County police say they have no reason to believe that Quinton was abducted or kidnapped, and they have evidence that suggests he was placed in a dumpster and that his remains are in the landfill that they're currently searching. Leilani Simon hasn't been charged with anything at this time, but police say she is the only suspect in her son's disappearance. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Chatham County, Shay Schrader, WTOC News.
All right. One thing off subject that I happen to catch is it looks like they're going to start making abortion illegal as of 6 weeks. At least they give it 6 weeks. Alabama, you have about 3 weeks. So Georgia, be happy it's 6 weeks. Lou, a lot of people say that, but a lot of times you don't really have a choice. Cops will tell you to stay quiet. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to open up panel. No, the boyfriend was the last person to see him alive. Oh. Oh, what am I doing? I'm such an idiot. Hold on. All right. If you want to come on panel, thoughts. All right. StreamYards is pinned. So if anybody wants to come up and talk about it, have thoughts about it, come on up. I think the boyfriend's involved too. I absolutely do. Especially the fact that he completely took off. Hey, Irish badass. Especially because he took off is a problem. And you don't just take off. Sorry, but you just don't. And the fact that they let him go based on one lie detector test, yeah, no. Sorry. No super chats to keep people off panel tonight. No, I am if people want to come up. So far, nobody wants to come up. My grandmother loved purple. I love purple. Yeah, he's still gone as far as I know. He's got a loving family, was willing to literally support her into adulthood and could have used that opportunity. I agree. Ganja, I have no idea, but it seems to happen a lot. Thank you, Brittany. Can email you to get the name of where you went this weekend. I think it would be a great resource for many of my patients. Oh, absolutely. Brittany, it's perplexqt@gmail.com. What's up, True Texan?
Well, I just don't see these people being lawyered up if they're talking to the media, much less YouTube people. But if they're on the media, they ain't lawyered up.
Wait, hold on. I got to give Brittany a
super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Thank you, Brittany.
I think we got.
But yeah, just email me. And I'll give you the name. They are a phenomenal group. Phenomenal. So yeah, I think that, how is it spelled? Just perplexqt at Gmail. Yeah, that's another thing. Why aren't they lawyered up? They're not lawyered up. How come? How come they haven't felt the need to get a lawyer? Are they not worried? These are all questions that I have. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. That's really all about I had to say. I mean, it was just weird just seeing them out there on the media. I mean, I'm not a criminal and I don't have bad history, but one thing my estate lawyer that drew my will up said, never talk to the police, the media, or nothing. Just here's my card, say lawyer. And these people are blah 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 and yada 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 over everywhere. So I don't know.
I don't have a message from you. Buttercup, why don't you just take a link and read it? I don't have a message. I don't see a message. I agree. It is so sad. My kid was risking, I would run to the media and any and all help. But then again, you have a lot of people that do that end up being guilty. So it's really hard to figure out which is best. You have a get? I don't get it. More high profile this case is. They are hoping a top defense lawyer will take her on pro bono. You really think so?
No.
So Buttercup, I guess you're going to have to come up and explain. Police wouldn't put that out there if they weren't sure. Yeah, maybe though. Like, I think it was on Queen Bee someone said, and they're right. I think it was Willow that said it. Police are allowed to lie.
Yes, that's what Willow said.
Yeah, police can say that, oh, I'm sorry, let's go. I was reading something. Police can, tell you that they have information and they don't. I was listening to a case today. I don't know if anyone listens to Sword and Scale, but their new Plus episode, they were saying that this kid seemed guilty for all intents and purposes. He's still sitting in jail and they don't believe he really did it, but all the evidence kind of pointed to him, but there was evidence to prove he didn't do it. And he's still sitting in jail. And the police had a girl in there for 6 months saying that they have video that she lied. There was no video she lied. She was actually telling the truth. And she sat in jail for 6 months.
That would suck.
I know. 6 months. All because they wanted her to admit something that wasn't true. How are they going to have their eyes on Danny, though? They'd let Danny leave. But Ganja, I agree with you, but unless they physically have her putting the baby in a garbage bag, in a dumpster, or something similar, I don't see how they're that rock solid sure. I really, truly don't. Did they put her under hypnosis? Sunset gazing before Kylie Rodney, I would say no. After Kylie Rodney, I would say yes. Look how much money the Kylie Rodney case the taxpayers spent, and they never even looked in the most obvious spot. Think about it. Oh, imagine that, Adam. That would be amazing. I won't say anything, VZ. What's up, Buttercup?
Hey, can you hear me?
I just like saying that. What's up, Buttercup?
Buttercup.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you can't hear my TV.
No, you're good.
Wait a second. Hold on. I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it's echoey. No, Captain, they never went out that far. They had not gone out that far. And they told, hey, Harley, they told, who was it? I think I heard Adventures of Purpose are the ones that said it, that they never looked there. They only, or no, I think it was Tyler that said that they only went out like 15 feet or something, or it never went past 25 feet. It was something weird like that. So before that, I would say, yeah, why they waste their money? Honestly, they're still getting paid. Why not? You know what I mean? If they still get paid, who cares? So I don't know.
That's one of the things that always amazes me is they always say about the cost and the man hours. It doesn't matter. They're getting paid whether they're out there looking for somebody or sitting in the car or desk. They're getting paid either way.
Exactly. They're getting paid either way. That's what I'm saying.
I'm copying this link right now, and I'm going to send it to you. I just want to make sure that you haven't seen this. I'm going to try to send it to you again so you can kind of like look over it.
Okay.
Because I saw this today, and it says a lot of things that we kind of already were speculating on and semi-know, but it was coming from Quinton Simon's father himself. So I just thought that was really interesting.
All right.
Let's see. So what do I do? Do I share screen, or how do I insert this?
You can share screen.
Okay. Oh, crap. I have to do it from Google Chrome. I already have Chrome added, though. Okay.
I agree, Quinny. They're on a wild goose chase. Totally agree. I'm waiting for you to edit.
Okay. Let's see if that works. All right, now, there we go. I want to share not this screen, but this screen. How do I get, sorry, I'm such an amateur at this.
You just hit present on the bottom.
Okay.
There you go.
And then now, can you see this?
I see my screen.
Oh, crap.
You guys share your other screen.
Okay. Sorry, y'all, bear with me. I'm going to stop this really quick. Copy this, paste it into here. That way I can pull it up.
See, I don't know, and Meg says, do you think the grandma said that to throw them off? Then the whole garbage story. I don't know. But I think the grandmother wanted to punch her in the head.
I agree with both of those statements.
Yep.
It could be all misleading of information.
They said, see, I have bad hearing. Crystal said they do hear your TV or music in the background.
Okay, I can turn it down. Excuse me, Sarah. Hold on, let me mute myself.
Hey, Johnny. All right. While Buttercup's doing that, yes, Leslie Jordan died today in a car accident. If you don't know who Leslie Jordan is, he was the little tiny guy who was really funny. He used to be on all sorts of shows where they needed, like, he wasn't like a midget, but he was really, really short and he had a high-pitched voice. He was a funny actor. Hey, Connie. Hey, Care. Maybe Grandma lying and did something to Quinton. No, Grandma wasn't even in town. I don't believe the grandma's involved, but I do understand why the grandmother is, there you go, is sticking up for him, for her. Okay. Now you had it.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself first. Okay, so this is the father. We all seen him before.
That's the boyfriend.
No, this is the father of Quinton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His name is, do they say his name in here? Biological father. Daily Mail located the boy's biological father at his home 85 miles from Savannah, Georgia, where Quinton was last seen. Henry, aka Bubba Moss, revealed to Daily Mail how Leanna, how do you say her name? Leanna tried to pin his son's disappearance on him, telling police he snatched the toddler.
Okay, I pulled up the article.
Mm.
I have it.
Okay.
But you have a picture. I don't have any pictures.
On yours?
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, down at the bottom I do, not at top.
Says, Leanna tried to blame it on me. The shaggy-haired 24-year-old boy, or 24-year-old told Daily Mail in his soft southern drawl. He said he was mowing his boss's lawn when the police pulled up. They asked, did I have him? And when was the last time I saw him in Savannah? He recalled. They told me that Leanne said, I came and got her overnight. Bubba, who lives in Garriard, Georgia, in a rural town of 250 people, told police that he hadn't been anywhere near Savannah for a month when he installed an air conditioning in nearby in Tybee Island, where Leanne and her mother, Billy Joe,
Ouch. Dude, that was static. I had to mute you. That was like kill the ears. I don't know what happened. I know, that was ouch. That even hurt my ears. All right. Ain't seen a child for months and now using the media for fame. Thank you. All right. I have the article she pulled up, though. Thank you, Debbie. Hold on. Let's see. Oh.
All right. I think we got a super chat. All right. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Thank you, Debbie. And Debbie just started the conductor of the super chat train. So woo woo. Anyone all aboard? Woo woo. There you go. Chugga chugga choo choo. That wasn't a bad choo choo. All right, let's hear her static.
Am I really that staticky?
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like something happened and it was like, ouch, my ears. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I'm gonna throw my phone over there because I have my noise canceling earbuds on. So sometimes I get interference from my phone. So I'm throwing my phone on the other side of the room. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
All right.
All right. Okay, so basically, like what I was reading earlier, the police showed up to where he was working. He said he was mowing his boss's lawn when they asked him if he had Quinton because Leilani, there we go. I finally said her name right. Leilani said that he took her or took him.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bubba vowed he told the police the truth that he was home when Quinton disappeared and that he left for work at 7:40 at that morning. He said he presented alibis and there was also CCTV footage from the next door gas station that proved he didn't leave his home overnight. At that time, it was just a missing persons case. I told police she's gonna hurt that baby, he recalled. I said I didn't know what was going on. Hell, I haven't heard from her in 6 to 7 months. During the interview, Bubba proceeded to share his turbulent backstory with the woman suspected of killing her son. These pictures are humongous. Okay, Bubba, who has 2 daughters with another woman, he said he met Leilani at a swimming hole in 2019. Leilani had her own child, Zane. They started dating and she became pregnant with Quinton in 2020. She initially kept it a secret. She didn't tell me she didn't tell me until months later that she was pregnant, Bubba recalled. I didn't have no say in it really. He said Leilani went to Alabama to give birth to Quinton in January 2021. So Bubba's name wasn't on the original birth certificate. She then returned home. He was happy, always smiling, Bubba said of Quinton. He really didn't scream a lot. He was a good baby. He said the tipping point in their relationship came in February 2021 after he was served with an arrest warrant for breaking into a trailer home back in June 2020. Leilani already been arrested for a crime committed in the mobile home park in nearby Waynesboro, where she was living with her mother, Billy Joe. Leilani, however, blamed Bubba. A police incident report obtained by Daily Mail states that Leilani allegedly cut her way through a screen window and stole $50 from a coin jar. The 40-year-old victim who owned the trailer called the cops. When asked who was the victim, though, was responsible or thought was responsible, he pointed out a female, later identified as Leilani Simon, who lives next door and was currently standing outside. The investigators state in the report, I then spoke with Miss Simon, and while doing so, she admitted to entering into the camper and taking all the change from inside the coin jar. Miss Simon added that her child's father, Henry Bubba Moss, came over at approximately 8 a.m. today and convinced her to help him enter the camper. Miss Simon stated that since he couldn't fit through the window, she did instead. The report adds, Leilani was charged with a first-degree burglar and felony. He was pleaded down to a criminal trespass. Court records show she was given 12-month probation. She is still on probation and another probationary period for a 2021 theft in North Carolina.
Hang on one second. Hold on, it's Phoenix. Hey. Okay. What time? All right, give me about 15 minutes. All right, love you, bye. All right.
This is her mugshot from the 2021 incident in North Carolina. It's kind of creepy. There's that picture of him again. Okay. A warrant was issued for Bubba's arrest in the Waynesboro case, but he said he didn't know at the time. Later that summer, a woman in another trailer there had her black and white Harley Davidson wallet stolen. The owner confronted Leilani, who blamed Bubba again. Mrs. Simon stated Mr. Henry Moss had stolen, the incident report states, but the report points out that the victim didn't witness the theft and no arrest was made. The property owner told Daily Mail that he evicted Leilani. This was confusing to me. So the property owner told Daily Mail that he evicted Leilani and Billy Joe, who was working as union workers at a nearby nuclear plant that summer. So 2021, they were living somewhere else and they got evicted. Don't know. Leilani then moved in with Bubba in a nearby city in Hiltonia. But the relation proved disaster. Bubba described her as a cheater and a liar, a homemaker who spent her days snorting cocaine and smoking marijuana. She did cocaine every day, all day, as much as she could, he said. Leilani also exhibited a violent temper who would lash out at him when he was craving more drugs, according to Bubba. When she didn't get money from me to get effing drugs, she'd go crazy, he said. She hit me a few times in the face. He said Leilani would also sleep with other men to get cash for drugs. Everything fell apart after he received an arrest warrant in mid-February 2021. He had his best friend Morgan record her admitting she framed him. I'm saying,
Okay, hold
why
on.
did you?
Hold on. Here's my problem with all of this. My problem is she's so horrible and such a drug addict, but you're letting her keep the baby and you're not
Right,
have any eye on your baby. That I have a
right,
problem with.
exactly. Me too. But he does address that a little bit later. See, where was I? Okay, everything fell apart after he received the arrest warrant in mid-February 2021. He had his best friend Morgan record her admitting she framed him. And then this next part is the conversation. So we got to find that. We got to find that recording if it's available anywhere. It says, I'm saying, why did you do that though? Bubba could be heard telling Leilani on the recording obtained by Daily Mail. This is effed up. I can't believe it still, huh? What? You're going to tell them the effing truth now or what? I know, but damn, you shouldn't be lying and everything else that we are together. And oh, sorry, I skipped a line. So this is Leilani now speaking. Yes, Baba, I'm going to tell them the truth, she replies. I've already called up there. They have so many different effing recorded messages when you call them. I'm going to tell the truth that you didn't do anything. I know, but damn, you shouldn't be lying and everything else. That we be together and everything else, he snaps back. Damn, man, damn, man, you effing up my life with this, he continues. I got locked up. I mean, it's effing stupid. And then she says, why I'm so mad. There should have never been no mother effing charges, he argues. All right. So there's a recording of her admitting that she tried to frame him for a crime that she committed, I guess.
But yet I stopped sharing your screen and I'm sharing mine.
Okay.
Because yours, you weren't keeping up with what you were reading. But you can keep going though. I'm at the same spot you are. But what I don't get is if she was this horrible and she did all these things, then why are you just letting her baby? Why are you letting your own son just be with him? But just
right.
be with her.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, so what kind of relationship was it? It doesn't really sound like a relationship, to be honest. You met her, you hooked up with her, she got pregnant, and then because she was having your baby, she decided to live with you, or you let her live with you, and then that was short-lived. So from
one thing I can tell you though is his job, he makes really good money.
What is his job?
They said he was a union worker at a, what was it? You said it before.
No, that was Leilani and Billy Joe was working for the union for some place. Talking about in this article?
Yeah, I think it said he was too. All right.
Let me go back. Let's see. It said
father who ran an exclusive interview. He said he was mowing his boss's lawn when police pulled in. Lives rural town. Installed an air conditioner. I know I saw it.
I found it. It's right here. It's right underneath his second picture. It says, but the reports point out that the victims did not witness the theft. No arrest was made, period. The property owner told Daily Mail that he evicted Leilani and Billy Joe, who was working as union workers at a nearby nuclear plant that summer.
Billy Joe. I was thinking him.
Yeah. I don't know why they put that piece of information in there. Like that just seems really random. And so this article, I don't know. So I do have some issues with this article a little bit. Because they just put random stuff in there. So we're talking about her prior arrest and her probationary period. And then the next sentence, which doesn't go into any explanation, says the property owner. Who's the property owner? From what property?
The owner of the house she broke into. That's the property owner.
The owner. So were they living there? Because you can't evict people that are not living there.
That's true.
Were they living in the trailer park?
I guess so. Warrants issued for his arrest, but he didn't know at the time. Later that summer, a woman in another, they were in a trailer park, living in another trailer there, had her black and white Harley Davidson wallet stolen. The owner confronted Leilani, who blamed Bubba again. Miss Simon stated Mr. Henry Moss had stolen it. The incident report states, but the report points out that the victim didn't witness the theft and no arrest was made. The property owner, so either the owner of the trailer or owner of the trailer park,
right,
is the property owner. But
and then she moves in with Bubba.
I mean,
so
she's as a union worker in a nuclear plant. I know Brad used to make like $65 an hour plus per diem at a nuclear plant.
Yeah. And then now Billy Joe, we know, works as a welder, right?
Okay. Captain Napton said Billy purchased that house in Savannah in 2020. So his stay there must have been temporary.
Okay. Okay. That was my next question. How long have they been living in the current house they're living in? You know what I mean? Okay, so you want me to continue reading?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So the 5-minute recording also shed light on other aspects of their relationship. At the time, Quinton was about 7 weeks old, and Bubba was still questioning whether he was actually the father. I'll keep the baby and take care of him and all. If he's mine, we're going to do a DNA test, he said. If he's mine, I would want to put his mother effing name right on his birth certificate and change his last name. He can live with me. I'll do that. Put him in mother effing daycare, whatever I've got to do, I'll take care of him. I promise you that. Let's go down 2 pictures down. Okay. Then he accuses her of sleeping with other men to suggest that maybe he's not the father.
Wait, hold on. He says the only reason I'm not in Quinton's life is because she left. That is the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. That is a deadbeat father answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go on.
I agree. He then accuses her of sleeping with other men to suggest that maybe he's not the father. I ain't F nobody but Bubba Moss in 2021. First of all, I hate sounding like them. Like, I'm trying my best to narrate this.
I don't know why they keep cursing though. Like, you're in an interview. Why do you keep cursing? It's weird.
I think this is all from the recording still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Might be right.
So, I ain't F nobody but Bubba. Well, actually, no. This sounds like an interview now. Because why would she be saying his name like that in a recording? I ain't F nobody but Bubba Moss in 2021, she insists, though she became pregnant with Quinton the prior year. I ain't never F Tim either. Who is Tim? Just randomly putting out people's names now. That boy is a child. After the argument, Bubba and Leilani split up. She left town later that year. The only reason why I'm not in Quinton's life is because she left, he told Daily Mail. She was not welcome here anymore with all her lying and stealing. Okay, so the next part says, Bubba has experienced his own trouble with the law, admitting he previously been arrested for fighting criminal trespass and possession of marijuana. which is Georgia like, okay, I
No,
mean,
it's not legal.
okay, that's what I was wondering, because like, who gets arrested for that anymore? At the time of the disappearance, Leilani was living in Savannah with Quinton Zane and her boyfriend Danny Youngkin, Billy Joe, and her husband Thomas Howell. Billy Joe obtained legal custody of Quinton and his now 3-year-old brother Zane, but she was reportedly out of town October 5th. Police say Quinton last seen by his mother's boyfriend Youngkin around 6. And, this is just information we already know. It wasn't until 9 a.m. that mother reported him missing. Bubba said cops from the local sheriff's office confronted him later that morning. The next day, he drove to Savannah and spoke with the FBI. They wanted to talk to me, he said. They were asking me a lot of questions about her. He said investigators also had him take a DNA test to prove his fraternity. That came back a match. What DNA test comes back that fast? I mean, we're not even really a month into this. So the same morning they came, spoke to you, then the next day you went down there, took a DNA test to prove your fraternity. I mean, not fraternity, maternity. And it came back that fast. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. He said investigators also had him take a DNA test to prove his paternity. Why did it take the FBI to do this if you were so worried? Because child support would have done this. Child support, before they can even do an order, have to have a DNA test, especially if the baby is not, if it's not your name on the birth certificate. So they never acknowledged you as a dad. So why?
Well, she would have to file. She would have to file for child support, and in that case, he could fight for custody. It would open up the door. So if she never put him on the birth certificate, he has no right to go to the court and say, this is my child, unless he really wanted to. Then they would be like, okay, we have to prove that you are the father. But if she would have went for child support, then he could fight custody. And that's probably what she did not want to do happen.
Yeah, I don't like this guy. But go on.
But let's see. The next night, he stopped by Billy Joe's house. So this would be the day after. This would have been October 6th, that night. He stopped by Billy Joe's house to speak with Leilani and her mother, who were gathered in the backyard. To him, it seemed more like a party than a time of grief. And this is what I found the most interesting of the article. Every one of them was high as a kite and drunk as hell, he told Daily Mail. Leilani was on something. She wasn't crying when I walked up. She was laughing and having a good time with everybody. It looked like a party. I didn't tell her what the FBI told me, he said. All I said was, how did Quinton go missing? How did a 20-month-old go walk out? She didn't have anything to say to me, he added. All she said was she was sorry and that she didn't know what happened to him. That's all she does is lie. He said that a few minutes after he spoke with her, she cried. Authorities would later drain the back pool which was full when Bubba stopped by. I think, no, there's a little bit more. Let's see, how much more is this? Because I'm tired of reading this. Okay, I think this is it. A week after the disappearance, police announced that they would believe Quinton is dead and named his mother as a prime suspect. The FBI has been searching a nearby landfill where they believe Quinton's body was dumped. As a search got underway last week, Leilani and her mother left town for an overnight stay in Tybee Island, where they were seen laughing and smiling while downing Patron shots with several friends at the Stingrays, a popular bar across the street from their motel. Bubba said he's shocked Leilani hasn't been arrested yet. I can't believe she ain't locked up now, Bubba said. She's a terrible person and she's going to jail or hell. She's evil. She couldn't be here with that, here out in society. If she didn't want him, she could have told me, he added. I would have come and got him. And that's the end of it.
I don't know. First, let me say, Yarn, I didn't see that you gifted membership, so I want to thank you for that. For some reason, it doesn't show me on StreamYard side, so thank you. But I see people thanking you, so I just want to put that out there. And thank you, Buttercup, for reading all that, because there was a lot to read. But I don't like this guy at all. The baby's dad.
Yeah. I find it odd, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I don't think they had a real relationship. I think it was just kind of like a hit it and quit it thing. And he wasn't expecting this to happen. And so when a pregnancy came out of it, it was like, okay, well, I need to make sure, he was just kind of like in this weird spot. Like he already had two other kids, don't know what his relationship with his two daughters were like if they're in his life. But it was like, if you say she's such a bad person, like you said, why didn't you try everything to go and get custody? Because you're not on the birth certificate, and that doesn't mean anything.
It's a typical deadbeat dad response. Oh, well, she left me, or she did this, or she did that, or this is her fault, or blah, blah, blah. No, you are a man. And if you cared about your child, you would go find out if it's yours. And if it's yours, you would take care of it. End of story.
Exactly.
So I got no sympathy for a guy that says, oh, she left me. No, all you have to do is file something in the courts and be done. Or even child support. So I guess you maybe wasn't going after him for child support is the only thing I could think of.
I would think that if she had done that, then her child would have been taken away from her. And that's the only reason why I could think why she didn't do that. Because he could fight maternity or not maternity, custody. I keep saying maternity, like as if somebody's pregnant.
Thank you, Nicole. See, that I see because I'm on YouTube side. Nicole gifted 5. Yeah, I can't see it on a YouTube side. I'm in a StreamYard side. Why have people given? But I only saw one, which was deleted. She probably did not tell who the baby daddy is. See, I don't know. I'm always like, I'm a believer that a child should have their dad's last name. Maybe that's old school of me, but that's how I see things. I see things that dad gets father's child gets dad's last name. Plain and simple. I don't know. That's just me. And even if you're not with them, child should have father's last name, unless father's a piece of junk and you shouldn't have been with him in the first place. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
in my culture, like when you get married, you keep your, like as a woman, you keep your last name. You can hyphenate it, of course. But I chose to give my children my last name only because we have businesses. So I wanted my children to like profit, you know what I mean? Like off of our name, like if they chose to, I guess. That's the only reason why. But they do have their father's last name. It's just that their last name is my last name.
see, yeah, but I don't know. See, my thing is, okay. So I break up with my ex. The kids have my last name. If I get married, then the kids are still stuck with my name. Whereas, I don't know, that's why I feel like if the father's name, then they carry on the father's name. And even if I got remarried, their names, they don't have to worry about changing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That's why I'm always, I don't know.
Yeah, you would want your kids, I know what you're saying, like you would want your kids to belong to their family. You know what I mean? Like their name should belong with their father, especially when you have sons too, you know, you want to like have that name carry on.
I agree. I mean, yeah, you can change it, but your child shouldn't have different last name than you. That's not true. I don't agree with that. A lot of children have different last names.
I'm just saying, like this, their whole life is a mess. It's just a mess. It's so messy. And now they want to come out and Leilani finally wants to like have a public interview for everybody to see. It's too late. Like you should have did that. And you know, someone mentioned this in chat earlier after you showed that interview. She didn't plea for his arrival safe home or, you know, safe arrival back home. She didn't plea for if she truly believed in her heart that she didn't do this and that he could be out there getting fed by another family who just possibly wanted a child. You didn't say, please bring him back home. I love him. No, you just was like, oh, I hope he's being well taken care of by somebody that really wanted children. Who says that? That's weird.
Okay. But would this be any better? Okay. I'm going to show something that many of you guys may be too young to even remember. A lot of my sleuths are going to remember this. But hold on. Now, if she did this, would this have been better? Hang on. Oh, hold on. I forgot to.
Days since Susan Smith claims a carjacker stole her 2 babies. What everyone hoped would be a joyous appearance by Susan and David Smith becomes yet another anguished plea.
I would like to say to whoever has my children that they please bring them home to us where they belong.
Okay, that wasn't the good one. Because there's one where she is hysterical. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's this one.
Admitted killing her sons, 3-year-old Michael and Alexander, who was just over a year old. The Union County Sheriff says Smith is a Murky Lake has been charged with killing her child. At her attorney's office, told police her husband beat the child to death. John Zile then.
Please let me take them. And he said no, he didn't have time because they were in car seats and it was going to take time for me to get them out of the car seat. And he just told me, he said, but I won't hurt them. And he just took off. But he had a gun, and my big thing is they were screaming, hollering, crying, and I'm just scared that he just lost his patience or something.
I plead to the guy, to the man, me and my wife plead to him to please return our children to us safely and unharmed. We love our children very much, and we want them returned to us safe and sound.
Pray even now for their safe return.
Thank you.
Was last seen wearing a red and white striped outfit and a blue and red coat.
An investigation where the suspect is unknown, where you don't know where he's liable to turn up, there's not a lot more than you can do is take the complaints, follow up on them, develop your leads, develop your suspects, and rule them out one at a time. It's slow moving. I have to apologize. There's nothing more that can be done for that. But like I say, it's a classic investigation that could not be run any different anywhere else.
I'm heading this way. Yeah. Pray most of all for them, and that they are being taken care of, and that they are safe, and that they will return home safely.
I want to say to my baby that your mama loves you so much, and your daddy, this whole family love you so much. And you guys have got to be strong because you are, I just know, I just feel in my heart that you're okay. But you got to take care of each other.
Susan, yesterday I know authorities searched your house inside, outside, underneath. What they were looking for?
No, ma'am, I was not there, and I do not know. I did agree, sign a form for them to do that. I was aware they were going to do that, and I understand that's just one of the normalities they have to do in any investigation.
Sources close to the investigation, Susan, have told NBC News that federal agents are focusing, in fact, on the relationship between you and Mitchell Sinclair, the man that you were going to visit that night, the man you said you were going to visit with your children. they've told NBC that there were inconsistencies in your stories. Do you know what inconsistencies they were referring to?
No, ma'am, I really do not know that. But I would like to say that
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of her children, Michael 3 and Alexander 14 months. The vehicle, a 1990 Mazda, driven by Smith, was located late Thursday afternoon in Lake John D. Long near Union. 2 bodies were found in the vehicle's back seat. Identities are pending an autopsy.
She needs a psychiatrist. She needs something worse than that. I've never heard anything like this. This is the worst way that Union County could ever be brought on the news. It hurts to know that somebody would do that to a young baby.
Some folks in the Black community tonight tell me that there will be much healing to be done here, and it's going to take quite a while. Let's listen now to some folks.
It does look like it's ancient, and it's only 1994. I totally agree with that. Crazy. But that's what I wanted to see. Like, did she look fake then? No, we thought she was all for real. This psychotic bitch didn't want her kids anymore, didn't leave them with her husband, decided to just take her kids and throw them into the ocean. And not ocean, into the lake. In the back of the car, seatbelted in a car seat, let her babies drown. And then came up saying how she wanted her babies. Sickest bitch ever. I hope she never gets out. So yeah. Crazy. She had a boyfriend in Charlotte that didn't want to be with her because of the boys. Yes. Thank you, Attica. I couldn't remember. Lauren Buttercup's talking about Quinton case, but on screen, a comparison of parents' reactions in this. Yes, correct. Please scroll up and look at my comment. Yeah, let me go over to YouTube and look. I really do remember like it was yesterday. That one? Yeah, she drowned her children. It was bad. Hardly, I don't see another one. Can you retype it? Every time she's up for parole, she gets denied. Yeah, it's a sick case because she went on and on and on about how bad her child was. I mean, how bad she loved her kids and how somebody took her, and it was a black man that took her, and yeah, it was like the crime of the century.
It reminds me of what was that lady that pretended that she was kidnapped and was like acting and like saying that 2 Mexican ladies took her and like held her hostage, but the whole time she was with her ex-boyfriend. Do you remember that one?
Hold on, Angelo, what the hell was that? I do not support you or believe a word you say.
I think she's talking to me.
What happened? Why are you two?
She asked me. I'm not fighting with her. She asked me if I ever apologized to Ryan about the Brianna thing. And I said nope, and I won't. Like,
what's the Brianna thing?
I had found this article that was like completely wrong, but the article stated that he had dated, I think she was like 15 when he was like 20 something or whatever. But it was the wrong Brianna. Like it was a same first name and last name, but a different Brianna. And so the article was saying that he had dated her when she was 15.
And that's why you guys are fighting?
No, no. I don't know who. I've never seen her before.
The article.
Do you remember when Ryan Upchurch made that video about me and Queen and saying that he's going to sue me for reading that article?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember.
Yeah. I guess she's been going on since she came in chat. I haven't seen any. I only seen that one comment. So
Hold on. What do I think about Leilani's newly hired nanny? Do you think it's like Casey Anthony's nanny? Wanted your opinion. She was supposed to start when Billy got back from out of town. Oh, wasn't a babysitter? It wasn't a babysitter that did it? Not did it, but I thought it was the babysitter that watched the babies. It was a new one? I didn't hear that. A live-in nanny? I never heard that.
do we know if the other kids are still in the home right now?
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, a new one. Yeah, where'd you hear that, Harley? Creek Squad. Where did you hear that, Harley? Because I hadn't heard that before. They were supposedly going to hire a live-in. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that. Let me see if I can find that. What? Okay, are we sure it was them? That's Arkansas. Because if you, the first thing that comes up is Nanny Lane, and it's part-time nanny for the Simon family, but it's in a different state. And it's such a common name, too.
I guess I'm just confused. Why would she hire a living nanny when she doesn't even have her kids right now?
Well, she did originally.
Oh, so this was pre everything.
Yeah, I thought you meant with the kids there now. See, but yeah, all right, I'm not going to down another creator, but Cher's not the brightest bulb in the pack. And I don't doubt that she would pull up like a nannylane.com and see, oh, the Simon family. But that's just me. Yeah, I think it might be a Zanny situation, just to like down the babysitter, maybe. It's a family friend who had done it before. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about them though. Yeah, I can't find anything about it though. So it could just be a lie to begin with. I mean, honestly, you never know. Yeah, don't time anyone out. But Angela, don't go at a panel guest either, though. Regardless of your feelings. Yeah, there's nothing in media about it. Georgia babysitter revealed she was supposed to watch Clinton. Nah, nothing.
Well, watch like they do come out to the media later and talk about a live-in nanny or something. Because I feel like every time we talk about this case, they're watching, and then they finally go, because I believe it was just the other day we were saying, me and you and Willow were talking, and we were like, how's she gonna finally come out and do an interview now? Like, no one wants to, like, no one really wants to hear anything about it. Like, she didn't come out pleading or nothing like that. And then she finally came out and said an interview after she sent her stepbrother to go to YouTuber pages. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not
And
doing anything about it.
another thing that I found weird about Leilani's interview was they said, I think it was it maybe Billy Joe that said it. They said the only information they get is through the news. What news? There's really no information on the news. So what they really meant is all the information that they get is from YouTube news,
Share.
quote unquote.
They get it from Share, their new buddy, the new life.
Yeah. That's how, so everything that we speculate on, they're kind of coming up with their plan and how they're going to get this case dropped, basically. Because if the police, my personal opinion, the police has backed themselves in a corner. They came out and said for sure they know Quinton is no longer alive, and they know for sure they have evidence to believe that he is in the landfill. So the only evidence that you could have to know that a person, especially like a little toddler, is no longer alive, you must have some kind of blood evidence or something to say, hey, there's no way somebody is like living through this.
I
If
agree.
they don't have that, the case is going to get dropped. I'm sorry. That's just what's going to happen if they don't have that kind of proof.
I agree. I'm looking through. Oh, this is old stuff. I'm just trying to find something.
Hold on 1 second. Let me mute myself.
All right. Before I finish reading what I'm reading, let me address the chat for a minute. Okay. Shut up. All right. I am not like other channels. Hush. If somebody is rude to a panel guest, we don't have it. We block them. If they're not a member, they get blocked. If they are a member, they may get timed out. Just because you may not like somebody's opinions on something doesn't give you the right to quote unquote bully them or bash them, which is something that frustrates me on other channels. I have to practice what I preach, and we're all adults. Me and Buttercup have complete opposite opinions on Ryan. I like Ryan. I support Ryan. I respect Ryan in many, many, many ways. Buttercup, complete opposite. But that doesn't mean that me and Buttercup can't get along. That doesn't mean that me and Buttercup can't see eye to eye on a ton of other things. Just because we have a different opinion of one thing doesn't mean that we have to hate each other for everything. So, thank you, Buttercup. So, I just don't want anybody to, like, Angela, you are here every live, and I love you for that, and I respect you for that. You just have to understand that you should know better than anybody that when I have panel guests, even if you disagree with them, it doesn't mean that you have to attack them. That's all, and just because she doesn't feel the same way I do about Ryan doesn't mean that we can't be friends or that we can't get along in every other aspect. So, yeah, that's all. So I just ask that people are respectful to my guest, respectful in chat, and that kind of separates us from other chats and from other other creators. There's a lot of creators that don't care what you say as long as you're in their chat. I am not one of those. So that's why you got timed out, and anyone will get timed out. So if I invite an open panel and people are on panel, be respectful, and if you don't like her, just sometimes, when you have nothing nice to say, you don't say anything at all. That's all. Okay. Once you see how Cher truly moves and real, oh yeah, I agree, Bullshit. See, but I can't say too much because I don't watch her. Like, I don't watch Cher at all. I can't. She triggers me. So I just don't watch her. I'm with, but see, that's what I'm saying. People cannot like Ryan or like Ryan. That's completely up to them. I like and support him. I don't agree with his opinions on everything, but same thing. Yeah, Quinny's been blocked too. She's been blocked a couple of times. She's learned. So, okay. So I just want to put that out there. And thank you, Buttercup. But I just want to put that out there. All right. So I was reading something, an article I found, but it seems to be older. All right. Hold on. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, so you guys don't think I'm wandering. I'm trying to see in his presumed dead if they have a reason why. He's staying tomorrow and search family's home and to help investigators cleaned up a pond in the backyard. Used dogs nearby to search the wood. Police reports and court documents show there was no turmoil in recent weeks. There was no recent turmoil? That's not true. You can, Crystal. But if she gets timed out again, I might have to make her a mod because she gets timed out a lot. Or she used to. Quinn's grandmother filed papers to evict Simon.
Mom, are these all my meds?
Yeah. No, which one? Is the ones with your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
I didn't say you were stupid.
Well, obviously I checked.
How's the keyboard?
It's great. It's very nice.
I'm glad. Child from Georgia. All right. So the search warrant and the evidence collected had led investigators to believe that Quinton is dead. So there's still no definitive proof that he's dead. Good night, Jenny. Simon called police on October 5th to inform that his 20-month-old son was in his playpen. I don't know.
I mean, somebody said it earlier. I mean, I think you said it earlier. I mean, police can lie. They can lie about the evidence they have just to see how people act and behave, I mean, in a fairy tale world, yeah, Quinton is still alive and he's just at someone's house eating cookies because they wanted a child. I mean, that's just like, a fairy tale, right?
That's such an old, thing to say too. I have an unpopular opinion, but can't find my earbuds, so it can come up on panel. Why do you need earbuds? You don't need earbuds.
Just use your phone.
Yeah, you can just use your phone. You don't have to have earbuds.
But wouldn't that be something though, if he was still alive? Like that'd be amazing.
Do you know what?
I mean, I guess there is still hope.
Do you know what's odd? And I don't think I'm weird and don't think I'm crazy. And Tiffany, if you're listening, don't hate me. We were driving through Tennessee and all I kept thinking, imagine I see Summer Wells just like walking in the woods or like running out of the woods, like help me. Granted, it's been a year and a half, but I really did. That's what I kept thinking about driving down the road.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I still think that though about her. I still think that she's just out there somewhere. You know what I mean? Like surviving. Like
That's what
in
I'm
the
saying.
woods
I'm saying
somewhere.
to myself, all right, it's a year and a half. I highly doubt she's going to be able to survive on her own at 5 years old. But it is. I thought about it. Like, imagine I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden I see this little 5-year-old girl walking. Granted, it was like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what am I even thinking? But you know how your mind wanders.
Mhm.
And I'm like, imagine just seeing her and I pick her up and it's her. Like, who
Yeah.
would I call first? Probably Tiffany. I would. I wouldn't call the police first. I'd call Tiffany Marie first. I'd be like, Tiffany. No, but seriously though, like I thought of that driving down the road. I kept thinking that. Like, I wonder if I would see her.
Yeah.
And I know
I
it's
still think Summer Wells is alive. I don't know. I just feel I want to believe that so badly. Yeah, I want to believe that so badly. I just like the only thing that I hope is that she's not like being hurt and she's happy somewhere.
Okay, I really think she gave him too much NyQuil. I know it's not a popular thing to say, but I think the grandma was blind. Oh, I think the grandma was blindsided too. She always seems furious and never shows any affection towards her at all. Yeah, but I think that's because she knows she did it. All right, the area where the dumpster is located is under surveillance. They have to have footage. That's why they take. Yeah, but anybody can go out to the garbage. And this goes back to my original point, is that if they have the footage and they have the footage of her going to a dumpster at 2:00 in the morning, then the boyfriend is involved because the boyfriend said that he saw the baby at 2:00 at 6:00 in the morning. So then why would the baby, how could he have seen the baby if the baby was gone at 2:00 in the morning?
Unless
So
he thought he saw the baby. Maybe.
Yeah. But I just feel like either the police are lying or either the police are lying or the boyfriend's lying. One or the other.
Right.
It can't be both. It has to be one or the other.
Hmm.
So it just
And
makes
who is Paul? Is Paul Billy Joe's husband?
I don't know.
Because there was something, or either I was reading it, or maybe it was brought up in conversation. I can't remember now. But they said that Paul was home also. So during this time, Billy Joe was the only one not home. Paul was home. Leilani was home. Danny.
Paul's the
It's
brother.
Okay, Paul's the stepson. Okay. So stepson, Paul was home. Leilani was home. Danny was home. All at the same time. So you would imagine if something tragic happened that night or that early morning, because 1 a.m. is early morning, right? Something tragic happened, all three of them would know something. If one's claiming they lost their memory suddenly, okay, there's two other people. What do y'all know? And how come this Paul person hasn't spoke up and said anything? Has Paul been questioned? Why is Michael involved when he doesn't even live in the area? He's in a different state. Why is Michael speaking? Why isn't Paul speaking? He's the one that was there.
I agree. Hold on. All right. So burden of proof. Don't get mad at me. Let me give everyone a link to Burden of Proof's video. She did a video on the family tree. Hang on. And Burden of Proof has a channel. This is her channel. So everyone sub up. Everyone sub up to Burden of Proof. And hit the thumb up. Now let's go ahead and she did some heavy research on this. Hold on. Oh, I hate that stupid screen share. It should just automatically share audio. Hey, I thought I was the bestest. Fired, Crystal. Fired. No pay for you. All right.
Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So I want to clear some things up with Leilani's family tree. I know a lot of people are very confused about who is who, and Michael, that's been talking on a few different YouTube channels and comparing pictures, and everybody's confused about it, right? So I'm going to break it down for you guys. We're starting over here with Michael, Junior, right? Just because it says Junior doesn't mean, I don't know what people think that means, but Junior is Leilani's father, okay? This is Leilani's father, and I'm going to show you how, okay? So if you look over here to the left, it says that it's engaged to a woman named Cassie Goodson. So we're going to go to Cassie Goodson. On Cassie Goodson's page, right, also has it put that it's engaged to Michael Jr., right? So now bear with me for a bit. We do have to do some scrolling. We have to get down to, I believe, the 6th, right there. All right. So this was posted up. Grandma's desperate plea. Where is Quinton Simon? Missing in Georgia. This post is from October 6th. It says, please repost as much as possible. My husband's grandson, Quinton Simon, is missing. Okay, so it does say that they're engaged and engaged rather than like married to. Regardless, they are each other's significant other. So if she says my husband, she's referring to Michael Jr. Michael Jr., according to this, is the grandson or the grandfather to Michael. That makes sense to you guys? Where he's actually tagged, just if anybody is like, well, please keep home. Quinton is the buddy that Junior is we're confused about. So I know that the picture that's being used to compare has been this picture right here. And so some may think that he looks younger. Well, one, he's Hawaiian, so they tend to have a younger appearance anyway, plus male, they tend to look younger as they get older too, for longer than, I guess, a woman. But 2016, for one, right? His father, a father up. Okay, now that we know, and bring you over to a photo. Now, everybody is confused about Michael, and they're saying that Michael is actually, they're not different people. You could see where I circled with red. This is, as you guys would see, like, well, that's Corey. That's not Michael. No, it is Michael. This is the man that has been calling and saying his name is Michael. And also to clarify who that is, that would make him Leilani's half brother, because this is Michael Jr. that we just looked at. This is his son. And so that is how Leilani and Michael are brother and sister. They have the same father. But as you could see down here, let me even zoom it in some. Okay, it says Corey on the actual profile page, right? However, the URL link at the very top, can you guys see that? I'm hoping you can. I'll zoom even bigger, and then let me grab it. It is at facebook.com/Michael.
Crystal, is this the one you're talking about? It's really not much to write down, just that Michael and Corey are the same person. That's all.
No, I guess I was just a little confused. I'm like, okay, who's Michael? Who's Corey? Corey's Michael's son?
No, Corey and Michael the same person. Michael C. Simon is Michael Corey Simon. One of his Facebook show Corey, one of his Facebook show Michael.
Okay. There's actually a different video from Deets. You know Deets on the Street?
Yeah.
She did a family. I think this isn't a family breakdown. Deets on the Street is the one that did the family tree.
Okay. Deets on the Street did. Okay. Even if accidental, that's still manslaughter. If they did drugs that bad, that's true.
Look how cool that is.
What?
So look how cool.
I know. I saw that. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the hell is lit?
It's college stuff.
I know. Yeah, she's just showing that Corey and Michael are the same person. That this is the same person.
The title Michael Simon Jr. as Leilani's father, half brother Michael and Corey are the same person.
Yeah, Michael Simon Jr. is Leilani's father. Half brother Michael and Corey are the same person. I don't know. But that's from 2013. That's newer. I don't know. You can change your name every 60 days. No, I think you can do it faster than that. Casey Anthony did the same, blames dad. Now 2 players give doubt. Could be in the pool. Is there a nanny? I don't believe there ever was a nanny. I think that's bogus.
Yeah. I've been saying though, like this case is very similar to the Casey Anthony case. It's like oddly weird. It's still weird how they're like kind of parallel to each other. They're different but the same at the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, you said Deets did it?
Yeah.
Deets on the Streets.
I'm trying to find it. I think it was.
Which video? Where'd she go? Leilani speaks out. Quinton Simon's bio father. Harmony. Oh, family tree. I got it. Billy Joel's stepmom in the interview. I don't know. Where Buttercup go?
Have you been confused about who is who in this case? I went ahead and made a small family tree to give you all a breakdown of the people we have heard about so the confusion surrounding who's speaking, etc., can be diffused. Hope this helps. Billy Joe is the mother to Leilani, and she is with Thomas Howell. Billy Joe has to
All right, sorry, I got dropped down. I was talking to myself the whole time. It's the 4th video on her page. It says Leilani Simon's family tree breakdown. Oh yeah, there, you're on it. Never mind.
older sons. Joe Swain is the oldest. We then have Nate, also known as Quinton Betterton. Next is Leilani Simon, and her father is Michael Simon Jr. Paul Simon is her younger brother that was home the night before. She also has a half-brother named Michael, also known as Corey Simon, whom has been speaking for the panel on streams recently. Leilani has 3 children. Her oldest son is with Cody Wharton. Quinton is her middle. His father is Bubba Moss. Danny Youngkin is Leilani's current boyfriend and father to her youngest daughter. Hopefully this helped clear up the confusion for everyone.
All right. So he did that she did that super fast. So Thomas and Billy Joel are together. Billy Joe and Michael have a daughter named Leilani. They also have a son named Nate, he's the one in jail. And Joe Swain, I guess, is another son. So he didn't connect these. So Billy Joel, Leilani, Joe, and Nate. Nate's in prison. Cody is the ex-boyfriend of Leilani. Daniel is the current boyfriend. They share a daughter. Paul Simon. All right. Does he have a kid with her? Cody? Like his
Yeah, Cody might be Zane's father. Or sorry. Yeah, Cody might be Zane's father.
Okay. Zane's not on here.
No, but it just says oldest. Yeah.
I got you. All right. And then Paul Simon is Leilani's brother, half brother. This is where I'm confused. Who is he connected to?
That's right. Who is he connected? Oh, so Paul Simon would be the stepbrother. So he would be connected to Thomas, or should be connected to Thomas, right?
I don't know.
No, his last name is Simon. What the hell? Okay.
He's not connected here. Deets on the streets, where are you? Bubba Moss is Quinton's father. And then
yeah, so she got them.
See, they're two Simons. So are they they're Michael Simon's kids.
Yeah.
And then Bubba's Quinton's father with her. They're together. Yeah, I just think Deets messed up the lines a little.
Yeah. Okay, so Paul Simon is her actual brother. Michael Corey Simon, half brother. And then Nate also half brother, and then Joe also half brother. So she has 4 kids?
No, she has 3 kids.
Okay, then that is confusing. Where does Paul come from?
I don't know. Paul's got to be Michael's kid. That's why the line goes this way.
Okay, but okay, Joe Swine, excuse me, Joe Swine
Here.
has a different last name than everybody else. So he must have a different father.
Yes, they do have these two have different dads. So she had 3 kids with 3 different dads. The apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Right.
She had 3 kids with 3 different dads.
This is a little confusing. We do need Beats to kind of explain.
No, that's what it is. Billy Joe had Leilani, Nate, and Joe.
But then who the hell is Paul? Where does Paul fit into all this? That would mean she had 4 kids with somebody.
All right, hold on. I think I got this. I think I got it. Billy Joe had Nate with a man.
Mm-hmm.
Then Billy Joel, I keep calling it Billy Joel. That's never going to change. Billy Joel had Joe Swain with another man. Then Billy Joe had met Michael Simon and had Leilani and Paul. Michael had another woman who fathered Michael, either before Billy Joe or after. I'm assuming before. The reason I say before is because he has his name. So why wouldn't Paul, if he was his first son, have his name? So that
Right.
tells me that Michael was his first by another mother.
Right.
So then Billy Joel met Michael and had these two. And then, so they cover, no, let me do it like this. Oh. All right. So we have Billy, has him, say Daddy 1.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy 2. Then, hold on, let me erase her X. Then Billy meets Michael. 3. Michael already had Corey. So we'll make him 0. Then Billy, so he's kind of out of the equation because he was first with a different mom. So then Billy and Michael have Leilani and Paul. And he's just out in the open. So then Leilani is with Bubba, and they have Quinton. Leilani is with Corey and has oldest son. And then she's with Daniel, who together have the other baby.
Yeah.
Ta-da! And
Exactly.
everyone's connected.
So that's Paul Simon, who lives in the same house. So right now, we know Paul, Michael, Corey Simon, Thomas Howell, Billy Joe, Leilani are all in the same house right now, currently.
Hold on. Let's do a new map for that. So in the house, we know there's Billy Joel. Hold on. Billy Joel, Thomas, Leilani, Daniel, youngest, Quinton, oldest. He's not in the house.
Paul?
He's not in the house. He's not in the house. He's not in the house. We know he's not in the house. And we know he's not in the house. So that leaves Paul.
Right. But Michael was there temporarily because he was doing those interviews on YouTube and he was talking to Leilani in the background. So we know he was at least there for a couple of days, maybe 1 or 2 days.
Which Michael?
Michael Corey Simon, the half brother.
Okay. Oh, he's the one that was making his rounds?
Yeah, yesterday or the day before.
Whose panel was he on?
Cher's and Dolly at that. He was on Dolly's panel. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, he came after the fact, they're saying.
Yeah, after the fact.
Michael lives in Florida, came after this happened. All right.
Have you not seen Michael's interview with Cher and Dolly?
I don't watch her.
Girl, you're gonna have to. I don't know. Do you want to go? Do you want to watch that? I think Deets has it on her channel too. I know she wouldn't mind you showing that.
Is it worth watching?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
All right, I'll pull it up.
Let's see if it's on.
Quentin loves ones continue to speak.
Let's see. There's. I think she made 3 videos. So Cher interviews Michael Simon, Leilani's stepbrother, and then there's Michael Simon speaks out about Danny. That's on Dolly's channel, and then there's a second Dolly one. Michael Simon speaks out, Leilani's brother. So that was like a day ago. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 9, 10, 11 videos down are those interviews from Michael.
I'm on Behind the Wall. Which video?
Oh, on Deets? Are you looking at Deets' channel?
No, I'm on Voices Beyond the Walls video channel.
Oh, I don't know about her channel. Voices Behind the Wall.
Oh, Deets has the clip?
Yeah. She has the full clips.
All right. Deets, go down. Hold on. Videos.
I believe Voices had it too. Wait, Voices? Oh no, Voices Behind the Wall is Cher, huh? Never mind. I was thinking of a different Voices.
All right. All right, I'll be looking at chat because I can't watch the screen. Where he's put, no, it's Sage went and got him. You really think I forget about my own kid? Let's go.
You said you can't watch the screen. Why can't you watch the screen?
Yeah, I can't watch her. I just can't. She triggers me.
I don't think there's any sound. Hey Laura, you there? There's no sound of the video.
What did you say?
There's no sound to the video. No one can hear it.
Sorry about that.
Well, people think she's protecting your sister and trying to lie for her, and I have experienced the complete opposite.
Yeah, no, there's no lying here. We all want the truth, and whoever it is that we find out did it, we'll walk them to jail with them.
Even if it's your sister.
Sadly, yes.
She's not being protected inside that house like everyone thinks. I mean, they're going through it like none other. They don't even know how to process it. That's got to be hard to look your sister, your daughter, your stepdaughter, you know, in the eyes and have to be in the same house. Like what, you know.
I love her. I mean, she's my sister, and I'm always going to be there for her, you know, but you do something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she did, you know. So until we have actual evidence, then I'll believe it.
Did Leilani fail the polygraph? Do you know?
Hold on one second. I got to ask if I can have permission to say that.
Okay. Yes.
Due to FBI and stuff and personal.
Yeah,
That's personal
okay.
information, I can't disclose it.
I kind of figured. Yep. Okay.
Are you do you live at that house?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
When Quinton, on October 5th, was there anyone, it was just Leilani, Danny, and the children home, or was anyone else at the house in that time frame?
So Leilani wanted me to let you guys know that when the time comes, she will come and share her story. But as of right now, she is barred by the FBI.
That's understandable, and that's okay, Leilani. Thank you. And
Paul was home.
Paul was home? Okay. Lil Wayne, thank you. Yeah, just make sure what you're saying is okay, Michael.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Last night I said that only Leilani and Danny were here because I didn't know if I could disclose of Paul being here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her story. She has a story. She's involved in this. She has a side too. And if you don't want to hear it, you should not even be in the true crime community. Because if you don't think Leilani's side in this matters, you're dead ass wrong. What the heck? I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to
drives me
hear.
crazy.
I want to hear all sides, and so should you.
Mhm.
Everybody should want to hear all sides.
Wandering Sub says, "Can you tell us some things about Quinton, please?"
As in regards?
Yeah, like
what was he like?
Yeah, like
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was a happy, bouncy. He's a quiet child. In my opinion, he was a baby, but he was one of the most well-behaved of the three. I mean, he was bright. He was happy. He was a good kid.
I hate to ask you, but do you think that Quinton is definitely deceased?
I'm holding hope that he's not.
Okay. This is not the same. Billy's answering every question. As soon as I ask it, there's no time for her, even when I ask the question, that she's showing me something or responding. And again, I believe her because it's not about, she doesn't want me out there fighting her battles or trying to make her look better or getting $1 million ideas or tearing down another YouTuber. She just hasn't asked that. It's different.
We just want the justice. We just want to find out what happened.
Yep. And that's exactly what she said. And it doesn't matter who, how, where, why. Someone's asking, how is Leilani doing?
Hard. It's an emotional thing, and she's got many emotions in there. It's hard to express. When my mom passed away, it was really hard for me to shed tears, but this lady here has cried a lot.
Is Leilani clean at the moment?
Hold on. Yes, the last drug test came up clean.
Awesome.
At least there's that.
If Leilani can't remember, how does she know he's in the landfill? I don't think Leilani said that. I think police said that. I'm not sure. Is that something you can answer, Michael?
Yes, that was the FBI that came out and said that. They said they believe he's in the landfill. They believe that he's deceased. They believe by the evidence that's what it's leading them to.
And you wouldn't be able to tell us what evidence it was that they found, would you?
We don't even have the answers.
Sorry, was it? Were the kids supposed to spend the night with the babysitter?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I don't know if it's been said, but I just wanted to let everybody know that the kids were not done or taken, however you want to say it, through CPS.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember, I think we went over that last night with her, and it wasn't, Billy's told me it was never like a court order through CPS that why she had custody, but yeah.
Forgive me, what was the other question? Because I got distracted.
Were the kids supposed to spend the night with the babysitter?
I believe they were not supposed to stay the night with the babysitter that night.
Right. Was that a common thing? Like, there's been a lot of people talking about the kids would quite often spend the night at the babysitters. Is that true?
It wasn't common unless they had the other grandkids and birthday parties. Like her grand.
Who actually sent that text to the babysitter?
Which text? I'm sorry.
I think the one that
in the morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was Danny.
Is there anything that you'd like to say just to everyone out there who's listening?
It's really the same thing. Is we're all here. We're all trying to find out what's going on, and you can only ask someone so many questions. You can force the water, but you can't force them to drink.
Yeah.
Now there was also, I don't know if it's been told, but Danny told a family member here before he left that he holds all the answers, and that really bothers me.
Do you know why he just left?
I don't know. Nobody was expecting it. His parents came down. They were doing things they weren't supposed to do, and they up and left.
Please ask what happened at 5 p.m. Tuesday when the kids came home. Sorry, Panther, from the sitters. If he knows or can answer.
I would have to ask my mother. I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. Is Danny blaming Leilani? I think so. I think he is. Yeah, actually, no, he is. He's saying it was all Leilani.
Just have a couple of questions. And I'm asking respectfully if sister did not like or hated Quinton because she did not like or hated his father.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, but Mama would tell you. And when I was on here on vacation, every time I seen her or Danny, it really was unconditional love.
Wait a minute, who that wasn't Quinton's father, was it? Danny?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't think so. I was asking if she didn't like Quinton because she did not like his father. Is it Cody? Quinton's dad.
Hold on 1 second. Father was Bubba Moss, and no, there was no distance
Right.
in between.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. How did you validate and verify his ID, Billy's ID? How did you make sure that we're not talking to some Joe Mo out here that's been put up to stay in this? No offense to you, Michael.
I wouldn't do that to y'all. I wouldn't do that to y'all. You can just trust me that I've been on the phones or video calls or seen screenshots that I'm not currently allowed to share. I am asking people to just trust me on that right now because I can't. The investigation is still ongoing, and just like
Here we go. We have another 10 to life here. Oh, I just can't show them, but I have them. Then don't fucking tell anyone that you have them. Plain and simple. Guys, me and Buttercup have secret info. I don't know how much longer I could do this with her. She just gets under my skin like you have no idea.
Hey, I met them and I saw his ID.
yeah, but I would not bring up fake people to you guys. I just would not. There, look, thank you. You did not need to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to protect my family at home.
I know,
Sorry,
Michael.
for everyone out there, if you want evidence, we did show that video that she sent you, right?
Yeah.
There's a video of
and Michael,
the truck trying to leave the driveway, but it's from the point of view of the house.
Yeah.
So that obviously came from
Yeah,
someone
obviously
in the
Billy
house.
sent me that video.
I also gave Mama, and she might be able to give it to you, the video from my viewpoint as well from inside the truck.
Yep. Yeah. So I believe this was a horrible accident.
That is a thought in our heads, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had said earlier that there are a few hypotheses.
Yep.
I got something. Michael, what's your favorite memory of Quinton?
Yeah, I like that.
Like, if you can think of just something that when you think about that, it really makes you smile.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. It was when he was over on the playpen outside of the house, and he's over there wanting everybody to pick him up.
Uh-huh.
Can I make a comment?
Of course you can.
It's about the whole protesting, and nobody here will tell people out there to stop or to not come protest. But we've only asked them to be peaceful.
That's fair.
That is fair. I wish the people, like there's a couple of larger YouTubers who kind of got the ball rolling with that. I really wish they would wake up and say that you're welcome to do the thing, but you got to be respectful of the other people around and follow the law. Like
And I know you guys, sorry.
coming up on the house and banging on the windows and blocking vehicles from leaving and stuff, that's all illegal, and someone's going to wind up getting hurt. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, that was today was made at the window,
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
and she made a confession about it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, there is a lot more going on than what's even out there in the media. That, like, I've seen that, you know, you guys have been told to stay home. Why aren't you out searching? Why aren't they out at the landfill? I have personally seen where they have been asked to stay at home and not be a part of the search. I've seen that. So people need to stop with that.
That's not uncommon. That same thing in the.
All right, let me just throw this out there so you guys know, okay? Cher pulled this shit with Don. She pulled this shit with the Wells case that, you know, she was sticking up for Don and blah, blah, blah. Until Don Wells, like, other people started turning on Don, and all of a sudden now she was releasing everything. Now she was turning on him and releasing all their conversations and blah, blah, blah. It's I can't with her. I just can't. I gave him my best shot. I gave it 11 minutes, which is far more than I thought I was going to give it, but I just can't watch a meth head pretend to be sober and ask the dumbest questions I've ever seen. Michael does not know Quinton. I totally agree with Daniela. He did not live there. They did not have a relationship. And yeah. And why you going on some random chicks panel? I just can't with this. So I'm sorry, guys. I'll drop the link though.
Yeah. But isn't it odd that them as a family decided, okay, so what I want to point out is Michael is there. He's obviously talking to Leilani. He's like, I need to ask Leilani. Leilani is telling me these things. So she's obviously there. And he says, hold on a second, let me go ask. And he does that quite a bit, right? Let me go ask, make sure I can say this. Okay. And what's odd is they chose her channel and Dolly Vision's channel to go up on panel. Like, that's just weird. And I don't know if he had said it yet, but he says, you know, I really respect the protesters that are nice, that are respectful. You know, I can get down with that or something along those lines, right? So then you go to Dolly's panel? Didn't you know Dolly was there with Bullhorn and all of them yelling and screaming their heads off?
To be honest with you, though, I think that he may have, and this is just a guess, that he may have gone on Dolly's because Dolly was there. Maybe. Because, yeah, Danielle said they chose Dolly's because he was there in person. That I can understand. Because I could see Dolly going up to him and be like, hey, you know, I have a YouTube channel. That's why we're here. We're here to find your son. I mean, you're a half brother, your grandson, whatever it is.
Right.
So
Nephew.
I totally see Dolly saying something like that and getting the interview. How they transferred to Cher, I don't know. Maybe they felt one meth head to the next. You know, maybe go on a drug
Right.
addict channel. They're good.
But
I don't know.
my thing is their interaction with Dolly wasn't even pleasant. We all saw that video of Dolly and Betty screaming their heads off at seemingly Billy Joe and a friend. I don't know who that guy was. You remember at the motel? Calling them, you know, all sorts of names and stuff. So how did that get twisted to, oh yeah, just come up on my panel and clear some things up?
I don't know, but I can see Dolly doing it more than Cher. Cher is just jumping on a bandwagon. Let me get a hold of everyone. Let me become friends with everyone. You know, I'm just like you. And if you take one look at her, they would think maybe she's relatable. She's not. Or Cher's boyfriend talked because he's got a good line. You know, he doesn't, when you look at him or talk to him, he doesn't seem like a meth head or a crackhead or a junkie. So I just think maybe she was relatable at the time. I don't know. But I just can't with her. I think they believe Dolly would stop if they called in my opinion. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's why he went home.
Yeah, but Milo saying that he just showed up on panel, Cher is not a channel that you would just show up on panel. Like, I could see Tyler, Zav, 10 to Life, people with over 50,000 subs. That I can see just showing up on panel, not Cher. I could see Dolly or Betty because she was there. But, you know, they were there. But they wouldn't go to me or Cher. Or so we don't have enough subscribers. We're not in the algorithm like that. But over 50,000 subscribers, probably. But to just show up and shares, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Maybe Cher reached out. Maybe she reached out and said, hey, you know, I have this YouTube channel. Or maybe Cher and Dolly and Betty have a relationship, and maybe that's how she got it. I don't know. I don't really know these people like that, but
Oh, Cher has said that she and BJ have lived the same life, so the two of them can understand each other. Okay. All met together. I agree with that. Best nail tech. Me neither, Mother Bear. I just can't with her. And not because she's got a shady past or anything like that. I'm talking just her shit on YouTube. of what she did with Don Wells and just the way she presents herself. And I just can't. Cher tries to make people think she is the something. Maybe that's her real name, Quinny. Cher definitely reached out to them. I think after Michael was panel hopping and spoke to a few channels. I believe that. Some people want to automatically reach out to the family. I'm sorry, but if family does not talk, like if the family can't give any information, what is the point of bringing them on your panel? I never understood that. If there's info they can give, that's one thing. But in a situation like this, what's the point? I don't know, but that's just me. And maybe that's why
I think, well, my personal opinion is I think the reason why they decided to do this is so that they can put out their narrative. Their whole purpose, if you really get into these interviews with Michael, their whole purpose was to pin this on Danny. Because Danny's not there to defend himself. So, we read that article about the other ex, Bubba, right? She tried to pin other crimes on him.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, well, Danny was there. He was late to work that day. Yeah, Paul was there too. So it's like they're just trying to, like, it really looks like they're trying to protect her. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just what it looks like.
Temporary, who has gag orders? You said
the gag order was for the custody hearing. There was a custody hearing early last week.
Yeah, but temporary just said we have gag orders. Who's we?
I don't know.
We, Sherry. Michael said the FBI asked Leilani not to speak. Now today she's on the news. Yeah. See, live in Lake Time, we think alike. BHB is very obvious and consistent with being obnoxious and self-centered. That is very true. Cher is a friend helping Billy Joel that is close to her and Prairie Boy. So she said Cher was taking Tom. Billy Joel. I'll never say Billy Joe. It's always Billy Joel. Laura, check the flight out on our panel. Oh, Cher and BJ? Huh? Oh, check the fight. Cher and BJ had a fight? Of course they're trying to point fingers away from Leilani. We don't have any gag order. Bernadette says we don't have any gag order. Temporary says they do. Can we say what we can? Can only say what we can. All right, you keep saying we. Are you the family? Hey, I just made a rhyme. We are family. Da-da-da-da-da. Cher and coffee. Oh, I heard about that, Glory. I haven't watched it yet, but I did hear about that. Dolly
mess.
20. Yeah, but Dolly was there, JM. He's physically there.
Temporary is being too anonymous. Like, what is going on?
Temporary, your family? Would you like a link?
Come on up, Temporary.
Well, if
Right,
you
that's
want,
what
hold on. If you want Michael or Paul, then come up here and you can get interviewed by a real interviewer and not by some meth heads. Just saying. Or potheads. We'll give you a real interview. Dolly, Sharon, Alex Erickson. I don't know who Alex Erickson is. There's a gag order only in place for the people that were in the court.
And yes, that was over the custody hearing that they had last Monday. So there was a gag order only on the custody hearing, not this case.
Oh, did they, Heather? And I also do have to give a thank you to Avery. She knows why, so I just want to say thank you publicly. Dave Fuse, take a link. Some weirdo is trolling, happens in every true crime case. Okay, so temporary, take a link, and we'll talk. You never heard of a gag order? I've heard of gag orders.
Do you have a overlay just in case?
Yeah. I know, right? No way. But yes, a thank you from Friday. She was bashing me? Oh well. Temporary is KK. I mean, in this case. Oh, yeah, I don't know. See, I don't watch a lot of these other channels. I get my source like basically from the news or Deets on the Street or Queen Bee's channel. Is the only YouTuber, or Heels in the Air, but she's not really covering it. But that's honestly the only people that I watch. Like, I don't watch many channels. Let's go ask where they could see. Oh, where was BJ drunk earlier? Wallboy is Michael Simon. Michael Simon Jr. or Michael Simon? Grandpa's Gone Wild. The interview, because you know what it is, Sarah? You have to know how to interview. A lot of these people have no idea how to interview. That's the problem. They ask questions that are dumb. They don't ask real questions. PJ was drunk outside our house screaming at BHB. Where is that? I agree, Mother Bear. I wouldn't be sober either. I'd be wasted. Olivia was streaming live and BJ came out front crying and talking to BHB. I know, right, Ann? I agree. It's got to be Paul because Wallboy is Michael. So they could have two names. I was on Olivia's live, yeah. She strikes though. Oh, news guys caught it? Where?
I'm trying to look it up right now.
Exactly, Smokey. They're ridiculous. They never do anything. They ask the dumbest questions. They ask questions that we already know answers to. She's not going to bite. Just come up and prove it. Yeah, I don't bite. Search back on tomorrow? I believe so. See the one when Bullhorn was flirting with the old... Oh, is that the Grandpa Gone Wild? Yeah, that's 30 minutes, though. I like short videos. You never know, considering all my lives of 5 hours. I believe the boyfriend took that baby somewhere, and he's not in LF. Yeah, I don't think so either. Thanks, Monica. No, Cher's not deed on the streets. Cher's saying, I know, but I know, and I can't stand that. 10 to Life does the exact same thing, that I always make a joke out of it. I'm like, oh, now you have inside scoop. I have a secret source, but I can't reveal it. I can't show you. Then don't fucking say it. NC? North Carolina? All right, let's play charades. Buttercup, what do you think NC is?
What'd you say?
What do you think NC is? Temporary said N.C.
North Carolina?
That's what I said. North Carolina. I don't think we're right. Oh, that's where the boyfriend is in NC? I thought he was in Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought he was in Atlanta too. But isn't his parents from NC? Maybe?
See the news about Adam Montgomery? I don't even know who Adam Montgomery is. Who's Adam Montgomery? Danny is in NC. Okay. No comment, no clue. I thought last I knew he was in Atlanta. Hey, Truth Fairy. Oh, Danny dipped out of Atlanta. See? Don't forget, I haven't been around for like 4 days. I missed a lot this weekend. Hetty is now in NC. Did all this transpire this weekend? Oh, yeah, Quinny. No, I knew about that. That was just a matter of time, though. No cap for the homies? Yeah, no, I just didn't follow his name. No, I know who Harmony is. Said he was in NC. That's what Cher said. He was lying about Atlanta to throw them off. But yeah, do we know that for a fact, though? I can't believe anything that Cher says.
No. Michael was also saying that Danny's parents came to Georgia to pick up Danny, and they were high off of pills. That was from Michael.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right either, though.
No.
Hey, Nick. That just doesn't seem right either. Cher is Voices Behind the Crack Pipe. Oh, I'm sorry. Voices Behind the Wall. Gloria, I heard. You always leave us when things kick off on YouTube, Laura, and the guy. I'm telling you, right, Mother Bear? I feel so out of it. It's like, wow, I'm gone for 4 days, no YouTube, and the whole shitload changed. But yeah, no, the last I knew that he was in Atlanta. I hadn't heard any follow-up since. But again, I haven't watched a lot of these channels. Hey, Truth Fairy. Yeah, Voice Behind the Crack Pipe. And she's a life coach. How scary is that? I don't know what she's life coaching, but Leilani points fingers at everyone else. She's so innocent. The chick who had drugs in her system at the birth of all 3 of her kids. You left. I went crazy, damn girl. No more retreat. I know, no more retreats. I heard about that. I'm going to hit that after. But all right, so back on this though, Leilani, yeah, she's coaching Molly. Yeah, I guess she's not doing too good. Oh, is that who Molly wrote the video about? Stop trying to be me. I didn't know who she was talking about, but it made sense if she was talking about Cher. Something sinister about her? Yeah, her drug use. Why she went to Alabama to give birth to Clinton? Because Alabama's awesome. That's why. I think it's a troll. You have so many trolls, Laura. Sorry, but probably someone messing with you. I just like watching a good episode of Dallas, trying to figure out who the characters are. Well, only you can figure that one out. So read the article, the Bubba Moss interview. No, I did not. Oh, did we? Yeah, we did, right?
Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, it's a buttercup. See, but JM, I don't consider myself true crime. I consider myself a case discussion channel. I don't want to be associated with this true crime community, which is a joke and a half. I am a case discussion channel. I discuss cases. And that's that. She found a baby deceased. Wouldn't she freak out? The brother would wake up and hear all this commotion. See, but that's what I don't understand either. And tell me what you think, Buttercup. You're a mom. If your baby wakes up dead or your baby's not breathing, why wouldn't you call the police?
No, it's the first thing I'm doing because I'm hoping that somebody can help me bring my baby back.
Yep. Call an ambulance. Call something.
And also, if my baby went missing, like that's my worst fear, y'all. Like this case in the beginning, like I was kind of depressed about this case in the beginning. Like I couldn't really sit here talk about it like I can now, because that's one of my biggest fears. Like I have paranoia, like my baby has a window in her room. Of course, I have like a alarm system, whatever, but like that's my worst fear, somebody coming in the middle of the night and taking my baby. If my baby went missing, I'm sorry, the whole world is guilty and it's getting burned to the ground. Somebody needs to say something to me and find my baby. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna just like be going to the bar, taking shots. I'm not gonna be in my backyard partying and laughing and giggling. I'm not going to like be like, oh, I don't remember anything. No, somebody needs to tell me something. And I'm out there every single day until I find my baby.
I totally agree. And Quinny, yes, wake up dead. I realized it after you said it, and everyone was agreeing with you. Okay, you can't wake up dead, but you know what I meant.
Yeah.
If you wake up and your baby's dead, how's that? Or you go to wake your baby and it was dead. How about that? But no, I do say stuff like that, just like the lake and ocean and everything else. Mishy, you found one here. Truth Fairy, did she ever have perspective? Meth can clog your mind. Oh, I've been like that for a while, Best Nail Tech, that I am a case discussion channel. I don't want to be associated with this true crime shit. Nope. I discuss cases, plain and simple. Yeah, wake up dead. But I just, I was a single mom of twins, and I never once thought to give my kids Benadryl. Like, even when the doctor prescribed it, I would give like a little tiny bit, like if they had an allergy or something, because I was so afraid that they wouldn't wake up. But I was paranoid. I would like watch them sleep and make sure they're breathing and wake up every 3 hours just to, watch
I
them.
still do that. And my baby's like, she's not an infant anymore. And I still look at the camera. Sometimes I go in there like, are you still breathing? Or was she naps too long? Oh, that's like the worst anxiety ever. Like they just decide to have like a longer nap than usual. It's like, oh my God, are they still alive?
Exactly. And I would watch them and, everyone's like, oh, why does exactly no way? Like, why are you still sleeping with the kids in your room at a year? Because I'm worried about them. I want to hear them because I'm a really hard sleeper, but I'm like, I want to hear them if they cry, if they wake up, if they, I was like, but it's true. Even now, I mean, now it's a little different because they're teens, but they're on the other side of the house. And if one of them is sick and they like wake up, I'm up. Like I know it. And it's just, I still have that connection with them. Like, I remember one time Phoenix had like a really high fever. I think it was like 104. And he went to bed and I said, you feeling all right? And he only had like 100 when he went to bed, and something woke me in the middle of the night. I went into his room. He had like 104 and a half. I was like, I knew it. So I woke him up. But it's just one of those things. You just know. I found my son's earbuds. Yeah, the link is on top. They're always our babies. I agree. Like they didn't call the cops because they had drugs all over the place. And that's possible. Or, you know what I just thought of? Think about this. All right, think about this. What if the baby woke up dead? The baby, she went to wake the baby, or she was partying or something. She gave the baby drugs, or the baby got a hold of drugs, and the baby died. So what if, just what if, all the drugs that they had in the house is what she brought to the landfill?
I mean, yeah, but then you still would call the cops, you know?
Maybe not. Maybe they got nervous because they were high, depending on what drug she was on.
Remember what you said earlier, though. Addicts are smart too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They are.
That's some dumb stuff. Like that's some oh no, I'm high. I'm too dumb to think. Like I'm gonna panic and I'm gonna like, do some dumb things. That's not like that's not premeditated. That's not a plan like you really have, you know?
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe she was getting rid of all the drug paraphernalia out of the
But
house.
then she would have to get rid of Quinton too, then.
I don't think it's like anything to do with drugs. And hello, sorry, I was waiting for you guys to finish. I reckon it's definitely Danny's definitely involved. I don't think that the mother's done the act. I think she knows. But yeah, and it's definitely Danny. I don't know what it is about him and everything that's happened with him, like literally running off after he so-called got cleared and it just disappeared. It seems really shifty, and the look of him just gives me this gut feeling it's something's not right. It just doesn't fit at all, because if he was worried that she had done something and then ran, oh, I'm not going to stay here, why would he leave his baby with her? You would take the baby and run.
See, but that's the other thing, but it's not his kid. But that's the other thing I'm thinking, that maybe they were in it together. Quinton died. He said, holy shit, let's get rid of everything. And they went, he said, all right, you watch the other two. I'm going to go get rid of everything. And she went and got rid of everything. And then when they came back, we know what happened.
And if you go by, like, do you know the history of like abuse, and obviously the grandmother had custody. Do you know if there was an accident, you're going to get blamed straight away and looked at straight away. So wouldn't you panic and then do something that you wouldn't normally do, because you're not thinking? Fear causes so many problems and makes you do things that you wouldn't normally do.
Personally,
and
I would
then
run
you've got the
too if
fact
I
of
were
drugs
Danny.
as well.
I would run too if I were Danny, but like you said, I would have taken my baby with me. Like if I would have taken the other baby too. True, honestly, like you both are coming with me. We're going. If I was like really afraid of what would have happened, you know. So
yeah, that'd be the first thing. You would take your baby and run. You wouldn't leave it in the household. No, I shouldn't say it, but the baby or any child in the household. Then you would like seek like your own personal custody and get any orders in place then from the courts and stuff. And what's bothering me is that it's come out. Michael said, "Oh, it's not a CPS court order for custody." I don't know how it works in the US, but I thought you would have to have custody to go through the courts.
Thank you.
I think we got a super chat. All right. I think we got a super chat.
All right, sorry about that. All right, go on.
someone said he could get in trouble for kidnapping. I think that under the circumstances, law enforcement would be understanding. I wouldn't worry about that. You know what I mean? Like if I believe someone did something to my child, actually Quinton wasn't Danny's child, but he was involved in some shape or form, right? If I believe that, the 4-month-old is Danny's. So if I believe the mother, speaking as from a male perspective, if I believe the mother of my one child did something to her other children, I'm not thinking about no kidnapping charges. I'm taking my babies and I'm going to deal with that later. I'm going to explain to the police why I took my kids.
Wait, plot twist. What if the baby is really daddy's number one kid? Daddy number one's kid. What would that matter though?
Right.
Saying his dad was in the room when Quinton was born. All right. So she's a little hoe. Yeah, they did search the yard with the dogs. Danny had to have heard some because they all slept in the same room. His name wasn't on the birth certificate, so he can get in trouble for kidnapping. Oh, that's true too. That is true though. That if he wasn't on the birth certificate, he couldn't leave at the baby.
But wouldn't you still just do it anyway, take a charge? I would.
Personally, I would. Nothing would stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm with you there. I agree with you. He could be everyone's a suspect.
That's kind of how I feel. Like either everyone in this situation is a suspect or no one is at all. That's where I am. There is no black and white for me.
I find it very strange
in some way.
that Leilani has got the main focus. They've just said she's number one suspect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've cleared everybody in that household like they're trying to make out. And I don't think that they've got the evidence that they're trying to make out that they have, because they would have arrested her, definitely.
Here's the thing, and I'm not being mean when I say this, and I'm not trying to shame anybody, but if I looked out my door and I saw these lowlifes screaming at me, I have two choices. I either grab my gun and shoot them and go to jail, or I try to reason with them and talk to them and use them to help me find my son. They're doing nothing. So I don't know. I just don't know why they're not leveraging. If he really was just missing and they didn't do anything, why aren't they leveraging people to help? Do you know what I mean?
I think this is why Michael went out and spoke to the BHB the other day. Obviously get whatever story out that he's heard and spoken. Obviously he's been in the household, because of the farce it is out there and protests, and obviously the crap that they're having to listen to. So yeah, I think he's done his best. I think Michael is literally the one that's keeping everything together. I think that family in that house would have lost it a long time ago. That's the impression that I've got from what he's been saying on different panels.
I don't know. I feel like there could be in sheriff being quiet, more suspects. See, Lynn, I have a hard time with this, because why would they say only suspect? Are they doing that because they truly believe that? Or are they doing that because they're actually investigating other people?
It could be calling a bluff, like to see what the other person might do. Or I'm not a suspect, so everything's okay. But in fact, they're actually being watched.
How does Michael know things and he has been there 10 days? I don't understand that. I think you missed a word. Oh, knows nothing, and he's been there 10 days. Because they're probably not talking. Yeah, the sheriff keeps saying only suspect. It could be a lie.
But I think it's rather messed up for them to say that, because now that's brought a shit ton, sorry my language, but onto one person. and that has caused, like, look at the protests and everything that's gone on. Now, what if Leilani is innocent? Just to say, and look at the trauma that, like, if she is innocent, look at the trauma that this is going to cause and everybody else in the family by singling out one suspect. They should have just said, we've got suspects and we're doing our investigation.
The older brother has only met Quinton 4 times. I don't think he's close with her. No, I think they're there because media's there. You know, I think, hey, let me get in the spotlight. Ellie is convinced the baby's in a landfill. I just don't know why. They haven't said why. But, I mean, from the interview we saw, the family does not want that baby found. They're like, please don't find him in a landfill. Why? Because then she gets arrested. But if it was a wife or a husband, she would have been arrested. But because it's a baby, it goes back to my original thought. Baby killers do not go to jail. Look at, what's her name? That blonde chick. Not Sparky. Starts with an S.
Susan.
No. Rich kid.
No, not that one.
Rich spoiled kid, not Sparky. She had some weird name with an S. Oh my God. Guys, who am I talking about? That chick that buried a baby in the backyard and got off. She had him after prom.
Oh, is that the one that she had the baby at home?
Skylar. Yeah. Skylar Richardson.
Didn't she try to, like, burn the baby first and then bury it?
Yep.
Or something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
She got totally scot-free. Had like a year. Cheerleader. Had like a year or 2 of probation. If she buried her brother or sister, that would have been a different story. But because it was a baby, didn't matter. Happens all the time. I've been saying it for a while. It's crazy. Oh, does she really, Kimkins?
Oh my God, I would have had to shoot her. She would have been gone. Sorry.
No, she never tried to burn it. She said she did.
Yeah. I'm sure she did. Because there was like a shallow grave in the back garden, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Oh, Paul was home, went out for a smoke break at 2:40 a.m. Okay.
And what time was the camera, like the alarm on the door? Wasn't it like 3 a.m., between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.-ish, that the door notified that it was open? And it apparently went to Paul's phone. See, that's dodgy to me.
Hey, hold on. Think about this for a second. This is how crazy this is. So Georgia is now in court about making abortion illegal after 6 weeks. So you'll go to jail for killing an unborn child or having an abortion too late, but you won't put someone in jail for actually having the child that they kill. Make that make sense. Think about it. No, but they do care, Quinny. Think about that, though. If you have an abortion too late, they want you to keep that kid. But if you kill that kid, don't worry, because you won't go to jail. Just make the baby smart. Just make it smart enough that, you know, you hide the body well enough. It's just crazy. Why don't they just arrest her already? That's what I'm saying. Baby killers do not go to jail unless you're blatantly obvious. But I mean, all we keep seeing are all these drug addicts killing kids or kids disappearing and nobody gets arrested. And Magical Danny sent text. Was it Danny or Leilani? I keep
Well,
hearing.
apparently Michael said it was Danny that texted the babysitter, but then this is what part of the story I didn't quite understand is that then Leilani had texted Danny that Quinton was missing, but from his phone to him. And that's what Michael had come out and said. I was like, what? So he must have been home.
I don't know.
But then Danny was apparently late for work as well.
Billy Joel did an interview last night with Cher. Really? Well, that kind of wouldn't surprise me, actually. I think it's the local police with the investigation issues, not the actual state. The fact that they named her a suspect and haven't arrested her is ridiculous. I agree. I don't like her either, peace and hope. Has the babysitter done any more interviews? That's what I thought. The babysitter's the one that said Danny texted her. I agree with that. Supposedly, news story is that they had fired Diana and hired. See, that's what I heard earlier. But I can't find anywhere that the live-in nanny came in or anything.
See, I think that's a bull story. I don't think that's true.
I don't either.
Because if you look at the video of Billy Joe going into the babysitter's house, raging, going, I offered you $300 to take the kids. And it's like, well, if they'd sacked her, why? She's worried about, oh, why didn't you take the kids? I offered you $300.
Yeah, I know the babysitter did 2 lives last week. I haven't heard. She stopped after Billy Joel raging in her house. Babysitter had keys to the house. She did?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Because normally she would go in early in the morning, pick the kids up, and then take the kids to her house. That I find kind of odd because why aren't the parents up at that time? You've got 3 kids and all in young age. Normally, you set in a routine. The kids get up early, don't they?
So maybe Paul ratted on her? If he went outside to smoke at 2:30, maybe he ratted on her. And that's why they're so sure that it's for real. Good night, Best Nail Tech. I'm actually getting off in a few minutes. I got to go to bed too. I still got to make some labels. I got to get some candles out tomorrow. Babysitter said the whole street knew about this family and the trouble these kids were in.
Yeah, because the kids were out in the middle of the night because they've got a ditch just outside the house or something. And the kids would be like half dressed in the middle of the night, sitting in the ditch playing. Apparently, I don't know, but everything's apparently to me because I don't know what's true and what's not.
Yeah, I don't care for the babysitter. I mean, I don't think she did anything, but I don't care for the babysitter.
I don't like it when people come out and start doing lives and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, this is what I got to say, like Jodie Sue.
I agree.
It just seems odd to me.
I can't even deal with Jodie Sue. Hell to
Yeah, I know.
that one. Oh no. Cher claims she speaks to Billy Joel and the rest daily by phone and text with a gag order and pick and video daily. Yeah, but Cher is a scumbag. Cher will turn on them.
She's got her head up everybody's ass for content, so it's fine. She's texting everybody. She's probably texting herself.
I agree. I can't with her glory. I never could. Never will. I don't even watch her. I'd rather get, like, to me, it doesn't matter what these people say. I just don't believe it because I know how they are. They're all about clicks and views. They don't ask anything worth a fuck. Oh, come on my channel just so I can grow my channel. No. If you're going to do an interview, do it.
Sorry, Queenie.
Right. Jodie Sue looks like she woke up dead. I hearing her name. I am like so over Jodie Sue. Oh, why is it bad if Cher plays and then turns on the bad guy? Because Cher's an idiot.
And it's the fact that you're in true crime. You should be impartial and then not turn when things don't go your way. You should just do what you're supposed to be doing. Listen to all sides of the story and not turn when things are not going your way and you're not getting what you want.
Sticky, I'll give you the right answer for that. Because as a YouTuber, we're not solving a case. We may pick out things, we may find things, but we're not boots on the ground. We're sitting behind a computer. So playing them, you're not playing them. You're just trying to get clicks and views. Oh, let me have them on my panel. Because if you don't have the inside scoop like the police have, you don't know the right questions to ask. If you don't know the right questions to ask, you're only basing it on the news interviews. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain it. I don't.
Well, look, when you were interviewing Don on your was it Molly's stream or yours? Oh, Molly's stream, wasn't it? Don Wells. And then when that went out, it went massive. Everybody was so pissed that you got to interview him.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody just turned against you and Molly then because you had literally all the information and so much of what is going on behind their like closed doors.
Yep. Within 5 minutes.
Yeah, because you were asking the right questions.
Yep.
You were being respectful and polite, but you were being firm and assertive with your questions, and not this like pussyfooting, sugar-coated questions, like asking what was this person like?
Yep.
Well, everybody's going to say the same answer. They're not going to say, "Oh, this person was a little shit. It was really nasty to everybody they met." They're going to say something nice. So that doesn't give you any information.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't know. When I interviewed Terry Hobbs, on this channel. The video is up. It's 2 years ago. But I saw the way his other interviews went. And I was like, nobody's asking the right questions. I had a wonderful interview with him from the if you don't know who Terry Hobbs is, from West Memphis 3. He was like the sole suspect. And I'm kind of in between about who he is. And I interviewed him in a normal interview, not in a way that he was footing around answers. I was asking him questions and sometimes hard questions, and he answered them with ease. And there's no point in pussyfooting around an interview. Just ask the real questions. Nobody cares about the bullshit. Dateline doesn't pussyfoot around questions. They ask real questions. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, but you're saying it's just you, but that's the right and correct way, and the other people are just there for, like you said, for views and the money.
Absolutely, because I'm just a believer in that will come eventually. That will come. Money and views will come eventually. I'm still waiting to hit 100K, but it'll happen. But I don't know. There's no point in asking the same questions. There's no, a lot of these people that do this for clicks and views ask the exact same questions on every single fucking panel. And it's pointless. Like, I would have Billy Joel up here. I would have a hard time calling her Billy Joe, and I would end up saying Billy Joel. I ask her a lot of questions that nobody else has asked. Like, I don't care about the bullshit. I want, get to the core, get to the main fucking part of this. I don't care about the bullshit. I don't care about, what this one said or that one said. I want to know why you left a baby alone. If you had custody, why did you trust her? Like, there's a lot of questions that I have yet to hear anyone ask.
Yeah, I agree.
Gloria, there's no point in interviewing Michael. He doesn't know anything. He's only been there for 10 days and he barely knows the family. So and what's her name wasn't there. So
See, what Michael is saying is just hearsay, what the other family members or like whoever's in that household is telling him. So it's not facts.
Exactly. Some people call her Bobby. I call her Bobby Joel. Billy Joel. Leilani should have went to parenting classes before Billy ever trusted her and had supervised visits. That's true too. And who were they drinking, partying at that local bar, or is that not? No, it said the real reporters found them and followed them and have it. But to be honest with you, if I knew my daughter did something like that, I can't say that I wouldn't be out drinking with her. It may be the last time I'm ever going to see her. I don't know.
I'll be going through all the motions. Like I'll be hating my child and loving them at the same time. Now that's got to be so conflicting emotions for Billy Joe, because you know that in your gut, you know that they've done something, or high possibility in the FBI or in police are telling you that.
Absolutely.
But then you love your child like unconditionally, and all you've done throughout the whole life is protect them and try and bring them up the best that you can. Well, most normal parents do that. Can't say with their history, but people learn and change, and that's because she's changed from her past. She had all heart that Leilani would do the same. That's my personal opinion anyway on that.
True, though. See, peace and hope. I think the cops are waiting for someone to crack too, but will they? That's the question. Does YouTubers change their minds so much on things? I'm surprised they're not permanently. I agree with that too, Truth Fairy. And Sticky, I agree with that too. If you get a big boost of clout, people fade out. That's why I always said slow and steady run the race.
Yeah, quick in, quick out.
Problem is mostly with Billy Joel and the example she set for her kids. Not so much, Daniela. She became union. She's got a good job.
Her house is lovely. If you have a look at the photos and the TikToks and stuff like that, the house is lovely. It's clean. Loads of toys for the kids to choose from. Obviously, that doesn't really mean anything, but you can see that she has proper changed her life.
I agree. Baby comes first. The daughter had her time, so I would say protect the baby. Yeah, but the baby's gone already. But the thing is, too, and I noticed in the interview something that nobody's talking about. Why wasn't either one of them crying about her other kids? Your other kids are in foster care or something. Why wouldn't you I just want to hold my babies or something? She never.
There's more. Sorry, carry on.
She never even mentioned the other kids.
Yeah, I think there's more with Leilani. There's some proper mental issues, obviously drug use, and if you go by the post on Facebook, she was disconnecting from the children. If you go like by a Facebook post, like she felt like she wasn't good enough, and all sorts that she was saying. They're like pretty miserable posts that she was putting, stuff that I've actually been posting on my Facebook over the past few weeks because I've gone through hell myself. And I don't think it's her that's been the really bad abusive one. I think it's been a mix between Danny or whoever she's in a relationship with. She's with toxic people.
No, I agree with that.
And the thing called reactive abuse. I think she's overstimulated. She's got 3 kids. She's 22. She's got no home, no job. She's into drugs. She's struggling, trauma. There's no excuse for if she has done it, but there's always a route to things that happen. They don't just happen.
I agree. All right, but I'm going to shut down now. I'm tired. And I got to do some.
Oh, well, thank you for having me up.
And
Anyway,
thanks for coming up. I'm glad you
I
found
finally did it.
son's earphones.
Yeah, I know. I looked everywhere for him. But thank you for having me up. And
Well, I didn't do that. She did that. I don't want anyone to think I kicked her off because I didn't. Apparently, Billy Joel was screaming, "Bring my baby home" from the backyard. She may convince herself of that. So, but I am going to shut down. I got to do some labels and get some candles packed, and I got to make more candles, but that's going to have to wait till tomorrow. But I got to get some other stuff done. I know I love accents, Angela. So I want to thank Buttercup for co-hosting tonight and staying up here with me most of the night till our internet went out. I want to thank everyone for the super chats, PayPals. I know I got some Cash Apps. I want to thank you guys for it. And I'm also working on another case, just so you guys know. I've been working on it. I got to get more info, but I think you guys are going to love it. And we'll see what happens. But I don't want to give too much info because I don't want to give it out yet. It's an older case, but it's an unsolved case, and it really caught my interest. I listened to it on Thursday, driving down, and it's a pretty wild case. So I will get there, hopefully by this weekend. And that's it. Hit that thumbs up on your way out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Peace.